So it wasn't a lot content-wise. However, you started in Karesk after leaving the Abbey and making your deal with the Abbot to provide a face in 3 days' time was your deadline. You travelled south, noticing that the weather was taking a turn for the worst. Storms on the southern horizon, the rain coming down, the tracks getting muddy. Adrian was concerned about the lack of sound, the lack of ravens in the woodlands,
Fucking pussy.
and a growing concern for his family and his home. You proceeded to the Raven River crossing, where you saw a familiar sight of the black carriage, which had come to deliver your invitation to dinner previously. Callan, being the inquisitive soul he was, went up and got in, at which point the door closed and it began to move away. With Solidus' quick reaction speeds and superhuman strength, he yanked the door open, which was locked shut, and Callan managed to jump to freedom before the carriage whipped him away from the party.
You're welcome.
After your brief encounter, you then made your way to the winery. Initially, all those storms was on the horizon, everything looked okay. You headed in and met up with Davian again, who was pleased to see you. He'd heard of the fall of Valaki and the change in leadership, but everyone was safe, and that was the main thing. You saw the rest of the family was there, Danica and the children, the brothers, and you felt safe for a short time. That was until Elvar came, panic-stricken, soaking wet, out of breath, to say that a monster was coming through the woods to destroy the winery. Stepping up to the plate, as you always do, I was going to say the Mighty Nine then, but the vampire fuckers headed out across the vineyards to meet with this foe and destroy him. And that you did with some careful planning, with some trap laying, some entanglement. You managed to slow the tree blight, stop it in its tracks, and slowly whittle away at its large resource of power until you ended up destroying it with very little resistance. A couple of good dodges on Bruce's part possibly spared his life, but the rest of you managed to keep a good range and fire in with firebolts and arrows. So after destroying it, you found in the remains of its wooden corpse a glowing green gem, which you struck to be the gem that's been stolen from the winery, one of the 3. Taking it back to the family and telling them that the danger was now past, Davian was overjoyed and thankful. And he pledged the allegiance of the family to you. They are in your debt. You have protected them more than once, and he decided it was time to reveal his secret. And for you at the dinner table, he changed his form into his Rare Raven hybrid and revealed that the entire family has this blessing/curse. And should you need assistance, they will come to call.
What are they called? Ravenkind?
They're were-ravens.
Were-ravens.
Yeah. And so after feasting for the evening, you turned into rest, and then it is now the morning has broken of the following day. It is day 2 on your quest for the face, and as you wake and you exit the winery, you see the clouds in the air are thick from the rain of the previous day. The rain has stopped, but the mist swells, ebbs and flows across the vineyard, almost like a grey sea. What do you wish to do?
How long is it for the facing? Is it 4 days?
You said 3 days to the abbot that you'd have a face.
He's going to be on our ass like soon.
Is it like, did we specify when though? Was it like sundown, sun up? Sun up on the 4th day, sundown?
We'll have you a face. Well, he said 3 days. He gave you 3 days. He didn't specify a
You didn't say
time
it's 3 days from now. Like specifically this time.
You're gonna try and get him on a technicality.
Yeah,
think
I'm
at
trying
that
to
point-
just like go, well, no, he didn't specify, so.
At that
Well-
point, he was in an angelic form. Oh, has
Mhm.
James gone?
Yeah, something happened.
Well, you're still in comms, so you just look back.
It
in.
said the
Did you
handshake failed. The SSL handshake failed.
Oh no.
That's
I
weird.
would
Shit.
I would suggest that we've got 2 days. Is that right?
You're on day 2. You technically have 1 day to return a face. To have it within the 3.
I would, as long as this is mine / Bruce's attitude. As long as we're heading towards Strahd, he promised us safe passage, and so in theory, if this Celestial is working on behalf of Strahd or doing a favor for Strahd, we should have safe passage to Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know how that works on technicalities, but that's what Strahd promised. So
We should just go to dinner for Strahd on the 3rd day.
Yeah, sounds
So
like a
the
good
select-
idea.
I mean,
well,
Celestial
it's going to
turns
take us
up.
that. It's going to take us that amount of time to get there.
If he walks in, just like, well, excuse me, we'll just take him outside.
Your travel across Barovia prior has taken, well, from the village, it was roughly 3 days travel to get to the winery, if you remember.
What if Strahd sends another evil Uber and it gets us there quicker?
Then I think we probably get in it.
I think we might have pissed him off by breaking his door of his
I mean,
last evil Uber.
I think look, it's 3 days from at least from here to the castle. At least 3 days, maybe even 4.
Mm.
So we head that way. I mean, we can hit the tower on the way if we want to,
Yeah.
and then is that Blight? It is Blight.
Hey, boys.
Yeah,
Hi
hey,
mate,
man.
you alright?
You guys
We've
started
only
yet?
just-
We're dead. We're
Pri-
already dead.
Oh, how long was I gone?
what year is this?
Yeah.
We're on
Who am
dessert-
I?
We're on dessert with Strahd now. We're dead.
Yeah.
You are the dessert.
It's like,
Wings.
Yeah. No,
we
we've only just started.
only
dude.
just
We're
started,
just
to be
making a
fair.
plan to get to where you want to go.
Brilliant.
So yeah, it's going to be roughly 3 to 4 days to Strahd from here, and we have 1 day left remaining on our deal with the Celestial. Strahd's promised us safe passage. There's either 2 things that can happen. The Celestial can hit us up on the road, and then we tell him, look, mate, we're off to go see Strahd, so fuck off.
Yeah.
Or Strahd just sticks to his word and gives us safe passage, or he sends another Uber, and we jump in the Uber. Either way, I think we're going to be all right, but
Yeah, we'll
I
be
don't
fine.
know.
and even if he does come, we'll just kill him.
Well, that's always an option, but I think if we should certainly try to say to him like, look, we're going to Strahd. We're going to on business of Strahd. You can't really interrupt us, so
Yeah.
ram it. I don't know.
Worst case scenario, we have to throw fists.
He did have amazing abs, though.
It did.
They were heavenly.
Dream about those abs.
So you plan to hit the road. The family feed you in the morning and bid you good journey. Davian gives you his word that the family and him will protect Irina as long as she is there,
Did
and it's their duty.
what's the name of the main guy there?
Davian.
Davian, it's
Davian
Davian,
is
isn't
the
it?
elder. Yeah.
And did he say how we could get in touch with him if we need his help?
He sort of said just if you see the ravens, what you got from the gist of this conversation is that the ravens, some are normal perhaps, but some could be them in their raven form. You've seen him been able to change into the form of a raven. He just says, "Call to the ravens, and we will
Okay.
come to your aid
Okay.
if we can." They, in regards to travel, you have Esmeralda's horse, and you have a horse that Bruce created for Irina. However, the horses you were using prior and the car, unfortunately, the wineries, and they won't let you take them because they still need to carry on their work.
What's our... Okay, so there are no spare horses.
No, they have 2 to pull the cart and 2 spare, which you'd been riding on, so they change horses as they go. The stables are quite small, and horses
So we
are
can
hard
take
to
the horse I
feed.
made for Irina. I can make
Yep.
another horse.
Can double up. Someone could come on my horse.
Did you say James? James has got a horse.
Chance to be a fine thing.
Esmeralda has a horse, yeah, so you have 3 horses
So-
between.
And we need 6, or can we double up?
How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5 of you. Because you're not taking Irina.
So I'm assuming Blight and Callum would both be quite light and could jump on a horse with.
I mean, in theory, Blight can fly.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah, but what's his flight speed? Is it as fast as a horse, or is he going to be lagging behind?
So
What about headwind?
Yeah, you do have a flight speed bite, but in relation to, you could probably push like a horse could.
Okay, it's up to you, DM. If you feel like if we all bunk up on horses, if it'll cut our travel time down.
Yeah.
Yum.
I shall prepare a horse then. Bear with me.
Well, I wouldn't mind going to the tower first and seeing if there's anything left.
Make sure you get a long rest, Blight.
Cool.
And I've used a spell slot to get another steed. So yeah.
Okay. So, setting off on the track from the winery, winding through the dead vineyards at the moment, but you know that with the power of the gem, they will soon be restored, and you'll be able to at least part help for the wine being fed back into the Barovian people. You head on the trail, Callan and Esmeralda riding on one, Solidus and Bruce on the other 2, and Blight gliding behind on his wings. You lead into the forest, and as the trees enclose, the mist swirls around the trunks, and you plod on. The air is damp, but not too cold, and travel is fairly easy. There's the sound of birds in the woodland, and you manage to push on through the morning without any occurrences.
Esmeralda. I believe you would like to pass by the tower on our way. Is that correct?
Yes, I mean, if at all possible, I do believe Van Richten might be there, but, and again, like I said, if I could see if there's anything left in the wreckage.
That's right. I'll be honest,
Carriage.
your cart is fucked.
Yeah,
Son.
it wasn't left in a good way. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we shall make our way there.
Thank you.
You travel on, briefly pushing the horses and getting into a gallop as they push through the forest, and then slowing down so they can regain their energy, and Blight can walk for a little bit and gain his strength back in his wings. You make good headway, and by just after lunch, as the sun bleakly shines through the grey clouds above and the trees, the canopy, you make it to the Raven River Crossroads. And as the trees open out, and you hear the sound of water flowing past, you see, once again, the black carriage.
Oh,
The 2
Uber.
steeds at the front,
I knew he'd send
their
another.
warm breath blowing out their nostrils. The carriage stands with the door intact, open ajar as before.
I
guess.
I think this would be a good opportunity to jump in.
Yes.
I think we should.
You really think there's nothing left?
There was nothing left of the carriage.
And had you searched the tower?
We did search the tower thoroughly.
Look, anything that survived the explosion, I probably spat on. So you wouldn't really want it.
The only reason,
Right.
with all due respect, the only reason we would go to the tower is if you feel Van Richten might be there and might be able to aid us. But
How many evil carriages is he going to send us? You know,
Yeah.
Can't keep pushing this luck.
I mean, if we don't take this carriage, I feel we might have to confront the Celestial.
I do agree.
I'm not sure that's worth the risk at this point.
We'll come back for the stuff.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's having a look in? What are you doing with your horses?
Can we tie them to the back?
Yeah, I was going to say, when this
Eat
last one flew
horses.
off, it wasn't going ridiculous speeds, was it?
It wasn't when it started, no.
I mean, it's only a carriage. It's not gonna like.
I think
not...
it's.
Could it fly?
I
it
literally
does have a
think.
flying steed.
I think it's going to ascend into the sky, and that's how we're going to get there. It's gonna...
If it does, it's going to be fucking hilarious watching them horses getting dragged behind. So let's try it.
Oh no!
Whose horses are they?
We can always cut them free.
I always do a Red Dead 2 and
horse,
just
so
whistle.
Your horse Esmeralda is you're in touch
it's
with
not
it
my
enough.
horse though, is it? Yeah.
No, but you're in touch with it enough having your Vistani background that you could almost horse whisper to it and send it to a location.
Horse handling.
You'd have to make an animal handling check.
Well, mine's a fake fucking horse anyway, so.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell mine to go.
It's like his boy.
I'm just gonna go get in the carriage with like all this dog of
So
horses.
make a
Yeah.
animal handling check.
I'll
I'm
jump.
my horse.
I'll jump in again.
Mine's a fey horse.
We're gonna get in there
celestial
early
horse.
so we can get the good seats.
Oh yeah, we'll sit in the back.
7. Okay.
Back of the bus.
Get the horse, me.
So Esmeralda, you dismount your horse and take off your pack and put it onto your back, and then you stroke its mane and whisper in its ear, and then one quick, swift pat on its behind, and it canters off into the distance. You hope for the winery.
I can, sorry, just to interject, I can, with my steed, because it's not quite a real steed, it's kind of like Blight's Bone Claw.
Familiar.
I can connect with it telepathically. So as long as it's within 1 mile of me, I can communicate with it telepathically. So I'm just going to tell it just to follow behind.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And
Cool.
and can I do that with the other one? Can I even have 2 up at the same time? I don't fucking know.
Did your spell, dude?
I know, I'm just looking. It doesn't say you can only have 1 at a time.
I presume you could. Yeah, you could make more than 1. It would be like a specific concentration thing if you had to.
Yeah, it's no
focus on it. You just pop them into existence like babies. So
we'll assume it's like that for now.
with Esmeralda's horse riding down the trail into the darkness of the woods once again, and Bruce's 2 fey horses waiting behind, you enter the carriage. Inside is a lush, dark, crimson velvet. 2 rows of seats on either side. Enough room for everyone at a bit of a squeeze, especially with Solidus on one.
Fat bastard.
Ducks slightly,
Oh, come on.
and you see when he enters, the carriage suspension just goes a little bit lower. As the last one of you enters the carriage, the door closes behind, and the horses begin to move forward. You sit in the confine, but comfortable, and you begin to travel. As the horses go on, they begin to pick up speed. You sense that this moves faster than normal horses, and the woods begin to rush past. Not unholy fast, but a good pace.
My horse is keeping up.
They're doing okay at the moment. So it begins to twist and turn through the forest. Do you guys want to make conversation?
No.
Well, I would just
sit in solemn silence.
I would just say to the group, but mostly Solidus.
Oh. Didn't want to talk.
I feel like we need to keep our wits about us. Meeting with Strahd, he's going to be incredibly cunning, clever, and let's assume he's always has the upper hand.
Solidus looks around the carriage and wonders why he's being singled out.
And Solidus, I implore you to have restraint, as I feel one wrong turn could really fuck us up.
I think he might find it endearing. So, some people like that about me.
I certainly
they
do.
don't.
Thank you. Oh,
I
and
certainly
I
find you
blush.
endearing. I
Um,
hope he feels the same. But
yes,
I
I
think
will
we
be
need
on my best behaviour.
good. I think we need to choose our words carefully and
Please don't
Also,
say fuck all bugger.
I've met him before, so while we're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
this, can I be putting on my disguise kit?
Yeah.
Go
So
butch,
make
yeah.
a performance roll with advantage because you have the disguise kit. I think.
So that just click it twice.
Would it be performance? No.
Good.
Dex.
No, it's more sleight of hand. Yeah,
Dex.
dexterity.
Good.
well, you did get 17 on performance.
29.
Wow.
29. Okay.
Jesus.
So while the carriage
29.
twists and turns and the forest rushes past, Esmeralda begins to open a small pack, and you see varying colours of powders, different lengths of eyelashes, bits of an odd clay, the colour of skin, that can be moulded and attached to her face. You see her with a small mirror spend a good couple of hours just working on her face and changing the shape of her nose, changing her brow slightly, darkening the colour of her skin with the blusher. After the transformation is complete, you barely recognize the woman you met.
Ah, who's that?
Who are you?
You feel you've
It
successfully
works.
disguised yourself.
Stop.
We kill her.
I killed the stranger. Don't worry about it.
So the carriage twists and turns. It's hard to keep track of time. There's little to keep you entertained except your own company, and the outside just looks like trees rushing past. After some time, you come to the Lunar River Crossroads. You recognize the familiar bridge
Is that here?
and the signpost. Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to tell with the grey clouds what time of day it is, but it does seem to be later in the afternoon, possibly coming on to night.
I hope we don't get there in one fucking day. I need to shift my spells up again.
The cart slows from the speed it's been going as it crosses the river and begins to go at a more like normal pace that you'd have for a cart.
Oh.
As you look through the window, you see the walls of Vallaki coming up ahead, the large gates, the wooden palisade that surrounds it.
Oh shit! Do we have to go through Vallaki?
Kind of looks like it.
It's not like it.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be awkward.
Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
As the cart begins to near the gate, you hear male voices crying out, "Open the gate! Open the gate!" And the cart slowly enters as the gates are cranked back. As you pass, you see two guards that you haven't seen before. The uniform is slightly different from the uniform of the guards who were once in Vallaki. The crest that you saw of the white and blue shield with the gold fish at the bottom, instead of having the symbol of the sun, it now has a black circle surrounded by a purple ring. Do you want to make a history check, anyone?
Yeah. Do we recognize its soul or
It'll
anything?
be a religion check, actually.
Religion. I will do that.
Religion.
Oh, -1 for religion.
Okay.
Oh, probably not me. Anyone else?
+3.
Go for it.
19.
Nice.
19. Cool. Bruce, as you stare at the symbol and try and recall where you've seen it before, Esmeralda steps in and says, "This is the symbol of the Night Mother. She is
Night Mother.
the opposite of the Morning Lord. The Morning
Right.
Lord dwells in everything good, and the Night Mother dwells in, well, I'm sure you can fill in the rest." The cart slowly moves through the village, and you see the houses. There's less people. Previously in Vallaki, this was one of the hubs. It was the busiest place you've seen in
Yeah, his internet's down.
Bugger.
Who have we lost?
Oh shit.
John's
John,
Oh.
Bon.
he's had enough of this.
He's back. You back?
Hello.
Hey guys, sorry.
Hi.
That's
alright?
all right, dude. Where did you drop out?
He's
I'll fill
scared.
you in.
Just as the gates were opening.
Okay, so
Well,
the
someone
gate
shouted.
opens.
Someone shouted, "Open the gate!" Sorry.
The cat is
Open
okay.
the gates.
The cat rolls in, and you saw the shield symbol of Valaki that you'd seen before, with the sun in the center on the white and blue shield with the gold fish underneath. The sun has now been replaced with this black circle with a purple ring. Bruce was confused at what it was, trying to recall in the memory, but Esmeralda stepped in and said it's a symbol of the Night Mother, who is the opposing god to the Morning Lord. The Morning Lord deals in everything good, the Night Mother deals in everything else.
Do we? You say it's a lot quieter. I'm assuming there's no one in the stocks anymore or anything like that, or
You don't go past the main
okay.
thingy. The thoroughfare winds through the streets of houses. You do see the church. When you come to the church, you see two large banners with this black circle with the purple ring hung on the outside. You see dim light coming from inside, almost like a stack of, as you see through the door, you see dark purple candles with almost a blue flickering flame.
I feel we've lost this place to Strahd.
As I said, the people that you do see are mainly armed, what look to be guards. All of them have this symbol.
And nobody's batting an eyelid at the fact that there's a carriage traveling through with no horses.
When people see, no, it has horses, two big black.
Oh, does it? Okay, I
steeds.
beg your pardon.
Yeah. When people
That'd
see
be
the
silly,
carriage-
Kurt, wouldn't it?
That would be very silly.
When people see the carriage, you see him visibly step back, move out his way. Some people shut the doors, pull the shutters to on the windows. You get the sense that this carriage is recognized in the land. And
Yeah.
Rolling in a limo.
as you found before, yeah, the windows, although you can see out from the inside, you struggle to see in. So
Yeah.
they don't know who's inside.
You can do anything in here.
I guess
Oh
we
my
don't.
god! Everyone, take off your pants.
You do roll past the Blue Water Inn.
Oh,
You see
really?
a dim light coming from the inside. You see some of the shutters, which, when it got locked down previously, you saw all those come across the windows. Some are half open, some are half closed, some are in bad repair. Stumbling out the door, you see two guards with short swords, laughing and joking and pushing each other into the street. You carry on through the town. and out
Pause.
the other
Sorry
side.
to interject.
Yeah.
Are my horses still following?
You can't see. Well, I suppose you could have a look. Make
I could communicate telepathically, so I guess I could
Hmm.
ask them.
Yeah, when they struggled to keep up at the speed it was going, but now it's slowed. You see them; they're managing to keep up. So you've got them.
And this door doesn't open.
You can try it.
I try the door.
No.
As we pass the inn,
Mhm.
can I just say to Blight, you're able to cast messages to people close by. Are you able to try and speak to? Fuck, what's his name?
Adrian?
Adrian?
When
Erwin.
Owen, sorry.
Can you try and speak to Erwin? Is he in there? Is he okay? Blight?
We lost everyone then.
Blight?
Blight.
Blight!
Snake.
Blight's just
You
snoring
lost
in
me
the
again.
carriage.
No,
No,
you're
we
there.
got you now.
You're there
We
now.
got you now.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Yeah, I can do that.
What would you like to say in your message? I think you get 20 words, is it?
25, I want to say. Was it a
25.
That's sending. I don't know if message you just. It's a cantrip, isn't it?
Oh, you can do the back and forth one. Is it the back and forth one?
I'm going to look it up.
Cantrip 5e.
May reply to this message.
You point, yeah.
Point a finger within range. Target and only target whisper.
Yeah,
Doesn't say anything about
there's no
aim.
limit. There's no limit.
Okay.
There's no limit.
Yeah,
Not
what
with-
would you like to... It's 120 feet as well, yeah, so
Yeah.
that'll be fine. What would you like to say?
I'd like to say, Erwin, are you all right, mate? It's Blight. What's his brother called? Adrian.
Yep.
Adrian and team are okay at the winery. We're heading to Strahd's, lol. What else do I need to say, guys? What do we want to tell him?
That's enough. But he probably
Stay
also heard
laughing.
you say that as well.
Okay.
Ask if he's pooping.
Yeah, are you pooping?
And he can respond to it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So you send this message telepathically across. And after a short while, you hear a familiar voice. Blight?
No way.
Yeah, yes. I can't talk, but I'm okay. Are the family okay? Can you reply? I don't know how this works. Listen, it's not safe here anymore. But it doesn't sound safe where you're going either. I wish you the best of luck, friend.
Can I reply?
You can just send it again,
You
as
can-
long as
yeah,
we're
it's
still within
cantrip.
120 feet.
I'll do
The
it
cat
again
is
then. Yeah.
slowly moving out, so yeah.
I'm just literally gonna say, your family are safe. They're all okay. Wait, no one's died, have they? That I've forgotten.
No, it's like-
I'm
Oh,
not
you-
lying, am I?
Tell him we know he's a raven. Tell him we know he's a raven.
Your family are safe, and holy shit, your family's weird. Awesome. We know the
Just-
Raven thing.
I
you
said,
just hear,
tell him I said hi.
And one guy says hi.
okay.
He'll know what it means.
Ask him if he poops and pisses from the same hole.
At this point,
Is his
the
poo
cat
white?
pulls out of range and then exits Valaki through the other gate. But just as it does, you hear this warm belly laugh, which just cuts off as it dies away and fades out.
I thought you were going to do it then, Paul.
Oh, I lost Bon again.
Yeah. Dude, his internet sucks.
Yeah, he's not having a good time.
Here he is.
Here he is.
How you, Bill?
What kind of meter? So,
Bon?
he is in.
Sorry guys, I keep cutting out. My internet's fucked tonight.
That's
dude.
alright.
Downloading too much porn.
Yeah, my bandwidth is.
Oh, not enough.
Yeah.
You could always try
Something
going
is
on
on it.
4G if you get signal where you live.
I might tether to my phone in a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, see
No
how it
worries.
goes, dude. So, the car begins to leave Valaki behind. And as you travel, you sense that the day is finishing. The skies outside begin to darken. It's hard to see what's going past. There's little light around. The moon is covered by clouds. You are welcome to rest.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask. I guess as we're
that'll
sort
be
of sat
hard.
there, it could be classed as a long rest anyway. Either way,
I-
I'd like to change my spells if that's okay with you.
Yeah. So as the cart travels, you get the sense that you've been in there nearly all day now. You've eaten some of your rations. You've maybe made games between yourself, tried to fill the time. I'd imagine Callan's meditated, and Solidus has just cracked his knuckles.
But
But-
fond of my balls.
As darkness
Still
falls
here.
outside, okay, you can take a long rest. Does anyone want to stay on watch, or the
Yeah, I'll
cart's
stay
still
on.
moving? You get the constant bumps of the road.
I'll stay on watch.
So as the others rest, Callan, you peer out the window. You have dark vision, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you peer out the window, and the scenery that goes by is in the grayscale, but you feel the cart begin to climb. You remember on your journey to Valaki that Valaki was almost in the valley, like in the basin where the lake is, and you begin to climb up the familiar hill. Silhouette against the grey sky, you see the old, crumbling windmill where you ventured forth what seems like many moons ago
The
now.
fucking windmill.
I say, guys, I have to make a stop here. Just a quick stop.
Fucking no, we keep going.
Can't
We
get out
really-
anyway.
Give me
Does-
5
We
minutes.
should
Does
be
it look-
going.
Let me out!
Does it look like it's inhabited or?
You're all asleep. It's only Callan awake.
Oh, yeah.
I am not allowing anyone to this. I'm just gonna.
Floor, Callum.
I can't see anybody.
Don't
There's no
go,
lights.
don't go.
No, like your vision at best is grayscale, and this is as you pass, it's silhouetted on the hill.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna tell.
The cart twists and winds through the valleys with the hills on either side, and it enters a small area of woods. The night now is beginning to end, and the morning light is beginning to come up over the hill. After a few more hours, as people begin to wake, still in the carriage, you arrive at the large gates on the northwest side of Barovia. As
Wow.
grey morning light, you see the familiar headless statues that stand either side of the huge, I think they're about 100 feet high gates. You hear the familiar sound of them creaking open and the ground crumbling underneath as the cart passes through. Bruce, you look out to see if you can see your horses, and in the morning light, you see that they're no longer behind you. You fear the constant travelling and the speed that the cart's been moving. Perhaps they've been lost in the woods behind.
Motherfucker.
As the cart passes the gate, Blight, you see the familiar graveyard. Because where you saw your body previously. But instead of taking the road south, the cart begins to veer west, cutting through the valleys and beginning to climb. Anything you wish to do?
Whereabouts are we? Sorry, on the map.
Let's talk about- How long does
Paul?
good against good and evil? Is that 8 hours?
Yeah,
Paul.
you'd have an idea that it's possibly going to be evening by the time you reach the castle.
Hello.
Hello.
Could you, I couldn't. My voice won't work
Yeah.
for some reason. Whereabouts are we on the map, Paul? If you could just point it
So
out.
you've passed at daybreak. You've passed through the gates.
Oh, we're up there. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong bit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because if you remember when you first entered Barovia, you went through the large gates, but they're on both sides of this area.
Yeah.
So the day ebbs on, and the carriage bounces along the old cobble road,
I'm nervous.
twisting back and forth as it climbs an increasing gradient. After winding through forest and craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn east, which you're now on, and the startling and awesome presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. You see, as the evening now turns, you've travelled along here and you're up at the castle. The sky, it's hard to tell on the time of day, for as you come to the castle, the sky darkens. There seems to be an ever building cloud above it that encompasses the sky. And the image you see before you is in your journals. If you look up Ravenloft now. Perhaps not as dark as stormy, but grey and ominous.
Boo.
Whoa.
Damn.
The carriage comes to a dead stop before two crumbling twin towers of stone. Broken from the many years of exposure, beyond these guard towers is a precipice of a 50-foot wide fog-filled chasm that disappears into the unknown depths. A lowered drawbridge of old stone shored up wooden beams stretches across the chasm between you and the archway into the courtyard. the chain of the drawbridge creaks in the wind, and the rusty in iron strainings under the weight. From atop the high walls that surround the castle, stone gargoyles stare at you from their hollow eye sockets and grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel. Beyond this location, you see the main doors of Ravenloft standing open. Rich, warm light spills from within, in the now darkened sky. It floods the courtyard, and torches flutter sadly in the sconces on both sides of the open door. You see, across the courtyard, a hunched figure waiting for you.
As we approach, I just sort of pray to myself and say, "Morning, Lord, please watch over us."
I look to Bruce and I say, "Shall I kill this guy? Do you want me to kill this guy?"
Solidus.
If you zoom out
Yes.
and look at the top section of this map, this is the castle you see on the interior wall. If you see on the right hand side the large wall that comes out and around, that surrounds the whole thing. So you've passed through a gate into here, which you'll see in a minute. But this is the structure that is before you. It stands
Shit.
like 3 or 4 stories tall, just huge. It literally just dominates the skyline, and you can barely see the clouds above it. The towers reach up into the clouds, and you see the very peak just getting struck by lightning that doesn't seem to even make a sound.
What time of the day is it?
It's now turned almost to a evening dusk.
Okay.
But again, it's hard to tell with the clouds that loom overhead.
Do we recognise this character in front? Are we still in? We're still in the cart.
So, yeah,
Okay.
you are still in the cart.
Is this the guy that gave us the invitation before?
No, it's someone different. So, in relation on this map, if you move to the left, you've passed through the gates on the outer wall and you've entered to here. The main door is over here under the canopy. So, the carriage starts forward across the drawbridge, which creaks under the strain. It crosses the expansive courtyard and pulls to a stop. Here, the small door to the carriage opens, and you are free to depart.
I step out.
Okay.
Same.
Is the
Hop
hood?
out, stretch my legs.
I look to the hooded figure, say, "Good evening, and you are?"
As you step out, the creature comes towards you. The creature that greets you seems to be half human, half animal. He stands a mere 4 feet tall, with his hunchback dominating his form. The left side of his face, as he looks up and pulls the hood back, is covered with lizard scales, and he has the ears of a panther. His left foot looks like a ducked webb's foot, and his arms have patches of dog fur. His moth-eaten clothes appear to have been washed, and he has attempted to tame his wild hair with a pungent grease which hits your nostrils. Welcome. He begins to move forward to you. And Bruce, he comes up to you and begins to stroke the sword. The master is expecting you. Come, come.
I'd rather you
He
didn't
begins
touch
to
my sword.
lead you towards the main door, giggling to himself as he goes.
I just turn to the others and say, "This looks like one of the abominations that Celestial was messing around with.
Yeah.
Maybe he
Beat
was.
by 1 second.
Maybe he was in league with him after all."
I say, "I like your hair."
Oh,
being-
thank you.
I'm being extra nice because Bruce told me to, and I say that out loud. I say that in front of him.
I just turn and give him the thumbs up.
He turns and, a pleasant one, yes.
Yeah.
I use the fat from all the oil of the cooking to keep it slick. You like the style?
Yeah, I must try that sometime.
Yes, a man of your stature could perhaps look even better than I, but I doubt it. Now come, come.
Does Solidus
Oh,
have
Master
hair?
is waiting.
I don't
He
have
has
hair.
none.
no.
Okay.
But to be fair, from Solidus is 7 foot and this guy's 4, so he probably can't see the top of his head.
He's referring to his pubes.
I got millions.
He's got millions.
Just see if you can move that token, James.
Teeny little token.
James is never allowed to move his
Yeah,
tokens.
everything's so tiny.
Oh, you can zoom in.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Who have we got? Solidus. Who am I missing? Esmeralda, Blight, Bruce, Callan.
Nah, he's not important.
I moved everyone around, so.
He's probably the other side of the castle by now, giving his money away.
You come into for dinner and I'm already sat at the table. Guys, where you been?
So the hunched animal creature form moves forward to the doors, which are now wide open, and they lead into this small chamber as you follow. The ornate doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches and iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is a second set of doors. Oh yeah, so to give you relation as well,
It's big.
yeah, I think each of these squares is actually 10 feet, not. Or is it to scale? Maybe it's just. No, it's to scale on this one. A couple do change scale, so I'll keep an eye on that. So. You enter this main hall leading into the castle. Overhead, in the vaulted entry hall, 4 statues of dragons glare down, their eyes flickering in the dim torchlight. The doors that stand in front of you here suddenly swing open, revealing a grand hall.
Oh, the music's creepy. I don't like it.
So, if you guys want to move yourself into here, I will reveal what you can see. As you're moving forward, the creature comes into the hall. Come, come, follow. The master has been waiting for you. And as you enter, this entryway, cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the large vaulted ceiling. The hall is dusty and dimly lit with spluttering torches hung on the walls. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the dome ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay, and double doors of bronze stand closed to the east. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. A lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors. As you look to the stairs, you see a tall, pale-faced figure. You recognize him as the one who handed you the invitation. He makes his way down the stairs and greets you. Good evening. Thank you for coming. I presume the travel was safe?
Bit tight.
It was certainly safe, yes.
Snug.
What's your name again, sir?
I am Rahadin.
Rahadin, that's it.
We have met before, but I do not think I gave you my name there.
Rahadin.
I like your hair, Rahadin. Quite nice,
Thank
actually.
you.
Do you use the
Years
fat from the
of
food as well?
practice.
You got a hair thing.
I certainly do not, and at that he looks at the form who brought you in. That is enough, Cyrus. And Cyrus, the man who led you in, hobbles away down a corridor and out of sight. Now please, follow me. I have rooms prepared for you and clothes have been arranged.
Rooms.
You cannot see the lordship in your underwhelming attire.
It didn't say anything about dress code on the invitation, otherwise I would have brought my fine clothes.
I don't own anything else.
Sense
Mine were in an
you
accident.
would not be correct. So he turns and leads up the stairs. Dinner will be served when you are dressed and ready.
I turn
So-
to Callan and I say, I hope they've got a nice jacket in my size.
Might have some nice curtains.
Where he says,
I do not want to be removing my armor.
Do you say that to him?
In front of
Yeah,
us.
yeah, I do.
No, we don't want to see that either.
I'll be honest with you. I'd prefer not to remove my armor.
I
Well,
can help him
unfortunately,
with it if he needs assistance.
you are here for dinner, not to fight. His lordship has said it will be a peaceful event,
How
and
can
you
we?
should respect him.
How can we take his word on that?
How can he take your word? I suppose you have no choice. Now follow me. You've
Let's
waited
go
long
to
enough.
ways.
Come on, Bruce. Don't be a stick in the mud. Be nice
He
to
leads you
Spur.
down the corridor to a
All
small
that silver
staircase.
teaspoon out your butt.
And he begins to ascend.
Callum's already fucking been left behind.
I'm up the stairs. See ya.
So
I can't move with that.
you got it. So,
Oh, no, it's just moving the whole.
are you on the right layer?
We don't get layers.
That's
Oh,
it,
fair
okay.
enough.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
It's okay. So he takes you into the stairway and begins to climb. The stairs are dimly lit. He picks up a torch on his way, and that light just cascades down. So those of you at the back can barely see. Luckily, some of you had dark vision, so you're a bit better in your step. The stairs are well worn, full stone, and the stone bricks around the outside to give it almost a claustrophobic feel. The stairs climb and climb. After around 50 feet, there is a small opening. But Rahadin climbs on. There's another 40 feet until the next landing.
What's
But
through
he
the
climbs
small
on.
opening? Can you see through?
So you just see a set of doors on like a similar landing to this.
Okay.
So the spiral stairs come out on the landing. There's a set of doors on each floor. He takes you up another 40 feet to now be 130 feet up. Maths. To this area here. So, you come into a dark landing 10 feet wide and 20 feet long. A cold draft of wind rushes down the spiral stairs in the northeast and whistles mournfully through the room before streaming down the stairs that you've entered. An ornate square rug covers the floor to the south, and set in the west wall in an iron-bound wooden door with a wooden trapdoor set in front of it. Hanging on the north wall above the trapdoor is a framed portrait of a handsome, well-dressed man with a serene yet penetrating glaze.
Does it look like
Recognize.
Strahd?
Yeah, I'll show you it now. All of you having seen Strahd, you instantly recognize it as a portrait of himself. If you look at portrait of Strahd in your handout, and it's hard to tell. The painting is old and worn. However, his image doesn't seem to have aged a day.
He's wearing armor.
Point.
He's not having dinner in that picture.
You sense. Well, it's up to you if you want to look at him up.
Well, is the guy still with us? Is he escorting us?
Yeah. So Rahadin leads you up.
How long ago was this commissioned?
This is his lordship in his former life, you could say.
Former life.
And as he says that, you notice that
Pre-vampire.
the shade of his skin is slightly brighter. Your big blank.
Massive blight.
To be honest, I won't put you all on here but Blight can be the token that guides you. So you come up the stairs and you're in this foyer here at the moment. He leads you through this door into an ornate lounge. As you get up to this point, you hear the sound of rain battering the roof. Do you remember a second?
As we just
And
pass
the
over
figure-
this trapdoor, can I just ask the guy, what's beneath this trapdoor here?
You possibly don't want to know.
I do, that's why I'm asking.
Well, you know the old saying, curiosity killed the adventurers.
I've not heard that one.
Well,
I
perhaps you should listen out.
Yeah, I get that reference.
have.
So, he opens the door and says, "Please, come, the master is waiting." A loud crash of thunder shakes the tower, and the heavy beams under the weight of the ceiling groan. 3 ornate lanterns have been hung by chains from these beams, and each cast a dim glow into the room. The curved west wall is fitted with 3 windows of leaded glass and a steel latticework. A bookcase sits on the east wall between 2 doors. Plush, overstuffed chairs and couches are placed about the room. The fabric has faded with age, and the pattern that it depicts is nearly gone. Lounging on the couch is a handsome young man, whose attire, while elegant, is worn and faded. As you enter, another younger woman comes in through the door to the south, and the man stands to greet you. "Hello, I presume you are the guests?"
Evening.
And Rahadin steps in to let you all enter. "I am Escher, and this is Gertruda. We will be assisting you for getting ready this evening."
So, sorry, what did your name is? I'm looking at the woman.
She says, "My name is Gertruda, and I will be here to assist you."
Why does that sound familiar?
Gertruda?
Oh, well, wasn't there a lost
Rahadin
girl?
says, before you begin to talk, Rahadin says, "Enough small talk. Get these ready. Let me know when they are, and dinner will be served."
I
And he
whisper,
exits the room.
I whispered to Bruce, wasn't there a missing girl
There
that you were
was.
looking for?
Sorry, just as what's his name? Ashida?
Escher.
Escher. As Escher, as is like,
Yes.
who? Sorry, who are you?
I am one of Strahd's, what's the word? Lovers, perhaps? Consorts, assistants?
Right.
One he deemed good enough
Gay.
to be in his company.
Okay.
And you are. And you notice his movement is almost fluid and flowy, and he comes across and ebbs, and just
Can I
he
do
has like an elegance about him.
Can I do a quick divine sense of the room?
Yeah. Just run down what you sense again.
I will when I get it up. Where is it? Detect good and evil. Celestial fiend or undead. I know the type. Yeah.
So as you cast it, you immediately get a ping off Escher that he is undead and a vampire.
Okay, and evil, I'm
You
assuming.
can tell from his let me double check. You get a sense he is evil, yes.
Okay. And what do I get off of Gertruda?
From Gertruda, you do not get the sense that she is undead,
Okay.
so she doesn't ping.
Okay. Do I get any good or evil vibes?
You get a good vibe.
Okay.
So
We need to rescue her.
Yeah. I'm just trying
as
to find
you
my
enter,
notes. Oh, here
and
we
you
go.
all sort of push into the room, and you're all almost in this weird, that odd horde of people who doesn't really know what to do and doesn't really know what they're doing. Escher comes and takes possibly Callan by the hand.
Oh.
Come.
She's got
Your
taste.
name is? This is the guy. This is the vampire's one.
Oh, vampire's one. Okay.
You don't know that though, but he does look rather pale.
Okay.
Come.
Why?
Your name is?
Shaq.
Shag? That seems an odd name.
Shaq. With a
Oh,
K.
Shag. Sorry, my ears must have deceived me. Come, please. Do you drink?
Mm,
I'd,
and-
I'd sorry to
leave you.
interject, but I would prefer if we all stuck together, if that's okay with you.
Of course, this is your quarters. This is where you will be, sticking together. And he looks over at Gertruda.
Am I
Gertruda,
still holding his hand at this point?
I
'Cause
don't-
This is awkward.
Yeah,
he has you like this.
you never stop holding his hand.
I'm just like.
Gertruda, pour
Oh,
these
it's so-
delightful gentlemen a drink. And she makes her way over to the small table, and you see on the table is a crystal glass bottle full of a red liquor that she pours into 5 separate glasses and brings around.
Does
As she walks past me, I whisper, "Blink twice if you're in trouble."
Yeah, I was just about to ask as well. Does she look okay, happy, or
She
blink
looks at you
twice.
with an odd smile. Trouble? Why would I be in trouble?
I'm like, no reason, don't worry about it. Go on to the next person.
And she brings a glass round to each of you, and as she says, "Come, you are very quiet. Assume you were invited. You'd like to eat, I presume?"
is she?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have any dream pie?
Dream pie? I don't think I've ever heard of it.
You should try
Sounds
it.
delightful.
It's fantastic. I would recommend. There's a mill not far from here that does it. I think you'd like it.
I agree.
We should go get some. Right now, you and me. Let's go.
But at this point, he drops the hand of Callan and moves over to you, Solidus.
Oh,
The only trouble is
shit.
my large, hard friend.
Oh,
I do not eat. That was a luxury of my previous existence, you could say. Now come. The master wishes to get you dressed. Please, follow us. And they begin to lead you to the south, where they open a small door that leads into an ornate room. Gertruda leads in first. Escher brings Solidus this time by the hand as the rest of you follow if you wish.
brilliant.
A large bed sits in the center of the room. Its 4-corner posts support its black canopy trimmed with gold tassels. Several comfortable divans are placed about the room, and there is a banded door in the west wall with a similar unbanded door in the east. Please, we have laid out some clothes, and on the bed and on the 2 chaise lounge, you could say, on the sides, you see sets of clothes for each of you. There is, for Solidus, a large, almost frilled white shirt. Well, the rest of you look and you see it seems that it would fit him perfectly. Its size is bigger than a normal shirt. With it, you see a pair of loose, dark crimson cotton trousers.
Mm.
And each of you has an outfit. For you, Blight, you see a dark black cloak.
My
But it's
colour.
almost like an ornate dinner cloak. There's a thin bit of stitching on the hem that almost encompasses the whole thing and makes it more of a formal thing. Underneath, again, a white shirt with a large, like, frill down the front, and the sleeves are loose and baggy around your wrists.
I'd
For
say
you,
an
Bruce.
ornate dinner cloak sounds like the best thing in the world.
Yeah, yeah.
I want one for Christmas.
They've literally got a cloak and made it cool. Cool.
That's so good.
I turn to the guys while I'm putting on my big white dress shirt and I say, "Does this shirt make me look gay?"
Not at all, my friend.
All right, and then I tie
Escher
it.
turns and says, "You look absolutely delightful, my friend."
I pull the top up and I turn it more into like a sports bra type thing, like that seems scary movie one. And I go, "How about now?"
It's definitely gayer.
Beautiful.
Thank you. All right.
For
That's
you,
all.
Bruce, you find a similar white shirt, and what looks to be, you recognize it from Priest, like a gold long scarf. It's white with gold encrusted down the side, like a gold like line of stitching, and thick gold trails at the end that you just put over your shoulders. Are all of you getting undressed, by the way?
Oh
And
yeah,
changing?
right away.
Hell yeah.
Is there a
Solidus is
slight
into it,
room
Blight's
off
into
to
it.
the side?
As soon as I entered the room, I pulled my pants down.
Are they
there
they
isn't any.
I didn't even know there were clothes in it.
are they both
he's got
still in the
pebbles.
room, Gertruda and
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, Gertruda comes over to you, Bruce, and begins to bring you the clothes and say, "Here, these should be the perfect fit."
I'm absolutely Winnie the Pooh in it. I've got a shirt on
as
and no
as she,
trousers.
as she does that, can I just sort of pull her to the back of the room, just whilst the gay one is like
Escher.
Escher, whilst Escher's like, I don't know,
Playing with me.
playing playing with Solidus, or
Yeah.
just dealing with it. Can I just sort of say to like, can I pull out the doll, the Blinksy
Oh.
doll
Yeah.
that I have?
Okay. So
And
just before you do that, I'll go through everyone else's clothes. So Callum,
okay,
you see on the other chaise-longues on the other side, it's a similar white shirt, but on the frills it's encrusted with like a green, almost metallic stitch, and the patterns are odd leaf shapes that echo and fall down the frills. The white shirt is comfortable and you can tell it's made from a natural material, and the same loose crimson pants. For you, Esmeralda, in the corner of the room, hung on a bodice, you see a long, flowing red dress. It's ornate and elegant.
he
I'm
definitely
happy
knows
about
it.
changing, but
You're
I'm not happy
Esmeralda.
about changing here.
So
As
me and Solidus look like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito and twins. Is that what you're saying? We're wearing the same outfit.
yeah, everyone has a similar incarnation of this
Oh, right.
white frilled shirt and red like slack trousers.
We're
Each
like
one
a
of you
freaking
has
mariachi band.
yeah, a little bit. Each one of you has a little custom touch to it, like Blight's cloak, and you're thinking, Blight, you see that when you put the cloak on, it covers your wings really well.
Ah, that's very thoughtful, and I like it here.
So before you mention about getting changed, the rest of you getting changed, Esmeralda stand in the corner. Bruce, you pull Gertruda aside, while Escher is fondling with Solidus's tassels.
Yeah, I just say, just out of earshot, I just sort of show her that I have the doll, and be like, I have this for you. Your mother gave it to me, Mary. She's worried
She
about you.
begins to laugh. My mother? You've met my mother, have you?
I have,
And
yes,
what did
Mary.
you think to her?
I thought she was very upset that you'd left, and was
Well,
rather worried about you.
you do not need to worry about her anymore, my friend. She is not upset anymore. And she turns to Escher, and Escher, you see this grin come across his face as they look at each other.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, did my mother tell you about my upbringing? I
No.
presume not. She always likes to hide the truth. Well, she was always a little odd. But it just so happens one of my old friends came by. His name was Duru. And he was a ghastly form. Stricken
Oh,
with
yeah.
hunger. Ah, what a pleasant chap. Well, I spoke to the Lord and asked if he could do me a little favour. You see, my mother was not the kindest of souls. So, I sent Duro back to the village of Barovia, and I'm sure he will be returning soon, and my mother will be at peace. Now,
You guys remember him?
it's time to get ready.
Yeah, he
For
was
dinner.
the priest's son, right?
Yeah, the big man.
Oh,
You, my love,
should-
and she comes across to Esmeralda.
should have killed him.
You should
Yes.
not get changed in front of these men.
As I was saying.
Wait till they are finished, and then we will get changed together in here.
I
Oh,
just look into it and I'm like, I don't even want to get changed in front of these men.
Gertruda,
You are
I
one of
hope
them.
you have not. I hope he's not done anything ill toward your mother. I know she seemed a bit hysterical, but I'm sure she was just worried for your safe return.
And as you say it like that, she turns to you, and her face has gone from this giggle to almost a glare. He has done no worse than she has done to me. And then she snaps into this smile again and turns back. Yes, we can't have a woman disfaced in front of such a horrid bunch of brutes.
And I say, hey, while my penis is still flapping around, because I'm Winnie the Poohing it.
She says, come. When you are ready, we will have another glass of wine and perhaps a toast to your health.
While we're getting changed here, what are we doing with our equipment and stuff? Like,
What are you doing with your equipment and
well, I'd
stuff?
like to keep
I-
the important
put-
stuff on me.
I'm hiding mine behind this chaise longue, just like tucking
Okay.
it behind the chaise longue.
So posh.
I don't trust
So-
any of you guys.
Bruce, you put on your frilled top and these crimson trousers, and you strap in on a sword?
I look
or-
like a right fucking bellend, don't I? Yeah, I keep the sword on. Whatever armor I.
Escher notices this and come across and says, we are not going into war. You are having dinner. These will not be needed.
You ever seen him eat? It is war.
This is. I prefer to bring my own knife and fork.
That's his turkey carving sword.
I do not Master would allow it. Please, leave them here. You will be safe. You had safe passage here, correct?
Correct.
And have you ever had safe passage in this land before?
No.
Then here's a man of his word.
Got you there.
You do not want to upset him.
Smashed it.
I do not
Please.
want to upset him.
And as he says that, his face changes from this odd smile to one of concern, and the tone changes as he says, please, you do not want to upset him.
I go over to Bruce and I give him a say, Bruce, you're embarrassing me. My penis is still hanging out.
Do
But
we?
you said we were going to be nice to these people.
I am being nothing but. I'm just figuring out where we stand here. And I turn back to him and I say, well, do we have Strahd's word that we can leave this place after dinner with all of our things as we left them?
He is always true to his word. He will let you leave, as long as you don't upset him.
With all of our things?
Yes, this is your room.
Are we able to have a little bit of time on our own in our room? To get.
Of course,
know.
but please.
Mhm.
Radan said you've kept him waiting already, and... Well, do as you please. And his smile comes back and he leaves the room. Gertruda, come. And she follows him out and they shut the door.
So, do we have that thing? The thing we don't want him to have that holds him. What was it? The magical artifact that, like...
Well, I forgot about that.
The necklace.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm wearing that and I'm not taking that off.
Yeah, don't take that off then.
Keep it tucked into your sleep
Yeah,
shirt.
that's tucked and yeah, it's tucked in.
While we're here, I don't want to be left alone with her, so I'm just going to start getting changed into the dress.
I just
I'm
turn to
gonna
Esmeralda
hide.
and say I feel as good as that disguise is, given how specific this attire is and everything, I feel he knows it's you under there. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm going to hide a holy water flask in my dress, in my bodice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my stuff. Is there anything I want to keep on me?
Maybe a dagger. I might put a dagger in my.
Yeah, I've got a dagger. I'm
strap a
contemplating.
dagger to my leg.
If you're trying to, so I'll say for small items, you can conceal them quite easily. If you're trying to conceal weapons, something like a dagger, which is a bit more tricky, we'll have to make a sleight of hand check to see how well you can get it into your
Yeah,
attire.
I'll do that.
I'm gonna do the same actually.
I'm not going to stash anything.
21.
Nah, me neither. That'd be
I've got
rude.
nothing to stash.
What'd you get,
24.
Light? 24.
24.
So, with the time with the others outside the room while you're discussing, Esmeralda manages to, using some fine twine that she has in her kit, strap the dagger almost between her breasts so that the handle lies just under the cleavage and you cannot see it. It's concealed almost as a breastbone. Like, you manage to strap it to your upper thigh, and with the bagginess of the trousers, you conceal it well enough. You both have a dagger.
I'm not concealing any
And
weapons,
a
but
holy water flask.
Yeah, you have a holy water flask as well.
I am keeping on the holy symbol of Ravenkind as it is a necklace, and I'm just
The necklace round you.
that's
Yeah.
just underneath the top.
'Kay.
I make sure my mustache looks extra awesome.
Awesome.
As
Anything else?
as Callan's getting changed, he's gonna be aware that people are gonna see things. So he's like trying his best to keep his back hidden.
Well, that you've got a vagina.
Remember as well, the bed is a four-poster, so it does have drapes, so you could almost conceal yourself with one of the drapes, pull it across while you change.
Just get his shirt on quick, and then the rest is easy.
Like PE at school when you try and keep your
Oh.
towel around
Do I
your
know-
waist.
Yeah.
Start slobbing the shoes.
Paul, do I notice that he's being extra shifty about anything? Or
What, Callan?
yeah,
Make a
Insight check.
perception check. Callan, are you hiding it to that extent, or are you just hiding your body?
Oh, I'm just getting changed, but like I'm just keeping my back away, like out of view from the people. I'm not like turning my body around.
You're back out of
That's-
view.
That's what you see, so...
That's so specific.
So it's just
God.
literally showing us his
Oh,
dick.
you have wings too. I knew it.
I hide nothing.
I'm gonna wrap all my stuff up in my cloak and slide it under the bed.
Nice.
So, you all change into your attire, and you all stash your belongings in the room. You head back out.
Yeah.
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 As you head into the lounge area, you see the storm outside is beginning to grow. The rain is now crashing against the windows, and you hear the wind rattling some loose panes in the leading. Escher and Gertrude are both lounged on the chairs, sipping their wine. As you come out, Escher stands and says, "You look amazing. A vision of life. The master will be so pleased. I will go get Rahadin, and I'm sure you will be dining soon." And at that, he leaves the room.
And Gertrude is left on her own.
Yeah, she is like, would anybody like a top up?
I haven't touched my drink.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I haven't drank it.
Has anyone drunk it?
No.
No.
Okay. You do.
Um,
When you smell it, though, you do smell and you recognize it as the Red Dragon Crush from the winery.
I drink it.
Okay, so when you taste it, you instantly recognize the taste as
Hmm.
the higher class of wine
Ooh,
from the
it's
winery.
nice. It's nice, guys.
And then I
Nice
just
wine.
filled his glass up from my glass. There you go. From
Oh,
someone.
thank you.
Can I make an illusionary version of the glass? Start
Yeah.
drinking that.
Yeah, is it a
Pres-
cantrip or a spell shot?
Prestidigitation as a cantrip.
I'll
Yeah.
drink some.
Can you do an illusion to that? Just double check.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As long as it's smaller than a cubic foot of non-living. No,
Yeah,
that's
cool.
not the one. Where is it?
Here to
Yeah,
Lou, guys.
I can
Okay, man.
make an image that fits.
Well, what we'll do
lasts
is
till
we'll
the
have a
end of
quick-
your turn, though.
We'll have a quick. So it'll last about 6. 6 or so
But
seconds.
it does say also by multiple times I can have it for up to an hour.
Okay, so yeah, you can well enough create an illusionary wine glass that you're drinking from. So, because Rahadin's coming up to bring you down to dinner, we will take a quick break and then we will pick up. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, pulled my mic out. Did that hurt anyone's ears?
Yo.
You excited?
Yeah. Nervous.
After we've been disarmed and derobed.
What was the? I'm trying to flick through my notes, but I can't find it. What was the name of the? Someone else. There's a few people that's been missing. There was that the daughter of the Stani person who was missing. I think when Callan went to get arrows.
Yeah,
But I-
Arabella, I think.
Arabella. I need to ask about her. And then there was someone else missing. Was it the daughter of the burgomaster in Falaki?
No, it was the husband of a family was missing, I think.
No, I don't remember that.
I don't think her daughter was missing as such.
Yeah, somewhat. What was the fucking? I can't remember all the bloody names.
Baron Vargas.
Yeah, he's the guy with the wanking arm.
Oh, Isaac. Yeah.
Isaac. Isaac was looking for
For
someone
his
who was
sister.
missing. His sister.
Yeah.
We didn't get her name.
No, he doesn't know her name.
He doesn't know his own sister's name.
Well, he knows his sister's name, but you don't know. He's never told you it.
It's Irina.
Oh shit! It's Irina, isn't it?
Well, he's dead, so
Oh, did he
Oh.
die?
yeah. Solidus saw him get caved in.
Did I?
Isaac.
When Valaki went to poo
Oh
poo.
no.
Oh.
Yeah,
We
'cause
never
he was-
really got to figure out
Yeah,
what
but-
was going on with his visions of Irina, unless it's because it's his sister.
Not because of that, yeah.
That's metagaming though, so your
Didn't happen.
characters don't know that. You remember that Irina was adopted though, found in the woods.
Well, that's what I thought.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh, well, it don't matter now, I guess.
Dead.
Dead.
Well, he's dead.
Your trail of destruction precedes you.
Did you have a nice time in Cleabom?
Yeah, it was nice. Saw the folks. Dropped the baby off
That's
too,
good.
so.
Have you? You legend.
Nice.
That's why you have parents.
Yeah, they're taking a. Yeah. So I'm gonna fly in tomorrow morning before work.
Nice. Jen, alright?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, we're all good.
Good.
Sarah doing?
Yeah, she's alright.
But she's rammed.
You are?
But she's rammed at the minute.
Yeah, she's been busy.
Kat's playing D&D, so.
She's yeah. She's been doing
Whammy.
some like fashion video for like a fashion company they've got like some social media videos that she filmed, like of like models and stuff. She's been editing that like the last week. Oh, what are you doing? You gonna say hello? Oh.
Is that Sarah? Oh.
There she is.
I thought you were reaching to grab Sarah to say hello.
Come on, Sarah. Off the floor.
What are you doing? Why are you getting all tangled up in me wires? It's been
If Aaron's PC broke from a tap to the table, your PC's like risking it with Alan there.
he's been shaved. Oh right, bloody
yeah,
hell.
you did shave.
He's
it,
been
didn't
shaved because like he got all like knotted, so now he looks like a fucking poodle.
you? Bless him.
Yeah, bless him. He looks like a right retard. Go on then. You look silly, don't you? Like you got a little afro.
Right, so am I pushing it with this spell of prestidigitation? It doesn't say anything about. I mean, it says about the cubic foot of warming I can do for an hour. But
I
it
was
doesn't
on
say
a-
anything about the hour on the illusory image. It just
I'm
says
unaware
until
that
the
you
end
can
of
do
your next
anything
turn.
illusory with prestidigitation.
It says you create a non-magical trinket or an illusory image that can fit in your hand and that lasts until the end of your next turn. So if we're not in a fight, what does that mean?
It means you've got about 6 seconds of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
6
fuck,
seconds is
right, I
turn.
guess I just went, oh.
Finished.
Okay, so ignore that then.
As it disappears. Okay.
Yeah.
Go
I
away.
just haven't drank my wine then.
I mean, you could keep recasting it, but you'd be constantly just casting that spell every 6
Yeah.
seconds. It'd look a
It's
bit weird.
more hassle than it's worth.
Alan, Sarah!
It just keeps flicking in and out.
He's like eating stuff off the floor. I don't know what
But
he's doing.
technically I can have 3 going at the same time. So I could always have one half running so that they
Like a fucking
overlap.
juggling act.
I've got to concentrate.
Gertruda looks weirdly fit.
Do you want to see the full picture?
Yeah, I do.
Let me have a look.
I've got a thing for evil women.
She wasn't evil.
Well, she's seductive, isn't she? She's creepy.
I think
It's
she was
Strahd's
the
castle.
kid.
How great can she be?
She's in your journal.
What do we know about vampires? Do they just like kind of cast spells to enthrall, or are they? Or
Yeah,
is it
she's
just
fit.
turned and then their mind
See,
wash?
you don't really know about Gertruda as Esmeralda, but the other guys do, and they were told what her life was like at home.
Were we?
If they remember.
It was
yeah,
good.
Isaac, not Isaac thingy. Oh, Aaron's just been. His mum's wrong, so he said carry on.
Tell her we're busy.
Yeah, tell him
Tell him to tell her we're busy.
What did
Okay.
we learn about her history? Because I haven't got the notes for that.
So you learned that because if you remember Gertruda, when you saw the house, it was broken from the inside out. The wooden.
Yeah, it seemed
had
like she had
full-
escaped. To be fair.
Yeah, and Ismark told you that that the mother was scared of losing her and scared of the evil of the world, so she basically kept her captive her whole life and never let her leave the house.
Right.
Oh,
So she's not really helped the situation.
No.
And now
Okay.
she's dead, or is a vampire or some shit?
No, she's not undead. She seemed normal.
No, but when she was saying like she's gonna be,
Gertruda has sent Duru to deal with her.
that whole
Cool.
conversation.
Oh yeah.
So
Not convinced.
here we go. So Rahadin comes up to the entrance to where your room is. He says, I presume you are ready to dine?
We are.
Zoom right.
And as he says, follow me. And he begins to lead you down the winding spiral stairs, down.
I like the
down,
church organ.
and down. as you come down, you hear the organ echoing up through the stairway. It's louder as you proceed towards the large set of brass doors over here. And as you enter,
Mm.
Oh shit, there is a big organ.
so I'll get the photo and then I'll describe it. So if you look at Raven Loft, Dining Hall, and Area K10, and Raven Loft Dining Hall, so 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brightly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against the dull white marble walls that support the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with fine white satin. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. As you enter the room, you can smell it. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Its pipes blur out thunderous melodies that speak in tones of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, a single caped figure pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy. The figure suddenly stops, and a deep silence falls over the dining hall. He slowly turns to you and says, "Welcome to my home. Please, sit."
Oh,
Strahd,
don't stop on
Strahd,
our account. That was quite some playing. Quite a talent you've got there.
Thank you, Bruce. But we're here to dine. Maybe we will have music later. Now please, come. Join my table. You sit?
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
So you find your places around the table.
I'm going to sit at the opposite end of the table.
Strahd, there's no end seat, it's all down the side.
Oh,
There is one end seat at his end, but the rest are all down the
I
side.
go to sit in his seat.
Not there, my friend.
Sorry, my mistake.
You're welcome to sit a bit further down. And as you begin to find your places, more people come into the room. Let me get them on. So, oh, I need bloody thingy as well. Okay.
God.
So, as you seated, the door to the hall where you entered opens and 4 more people come in. The pale, blonde-haired man, Escher, who you'd seen upstairs, who had helped you get dressed, and 3 women. One in an elaborate red dress, one with darker skin, that had a large gold crown holding back her thick hair. The last wears a mask made from a human skull, and she has gold horns poking from her hair. As they enter, Strahd speaks. "These are my companions, Escher, whom you have met, Ludmila, Anastasia, and Valenta. They will be joining us this evening." And they come and they sit at the table.
Ludmila, Anastasia, and
Lenta.
Lenta.
Yeah. So Ludmila is the one with the gold crown and thick black hair.
Okay.
Valenta has the human skull mask and the gold horns, and Anastasia is like dressed in a red, long, flowing cape. So they sit. Strahd sits at the head of the table, and they flank him on either side, taking up the 2 seats, and then you guys sit. Rahadan moves towards the rear when everyone's seated, bows politely, and then exits the room, shutting the doors behind him. "Well, Firstly, let me say thank you for coming to my invitation. If not a little late, but at least you are here.
Our apologies. We had business to attend to first that was
And-
quite urgent.
And there was a problem with your first carriage.
Yes, I had that fixed rather quickly, you could say.
Good.
But
Appreciate it.
it is no problem. You are here now, and that is the main thing. Now, I believe we know each other by name, but not by tale. Would you like to hear a little bit about myself?
Yes.
Do
Well.
tell.
Perhaps with the first course. And at that, he clicks his fingers, and the two doors open, and in come a woman dressed in a long, like a black dress that drops down to her ankles. She's carrying these two large silver plates, and behind her is the hunched 4-foot-high figure that you'd seen at the gatehouse. Cyrus. Anyway, they carry bowls, and they bring them in. They place them before you. The bowl, as you look down into it, is a rich-looking lobster bisque. It's set before each of you, and the smell fills your nostrils with a rich, luxurious scent. It's the first warm, hot, like gourmet-style food that you've had in a long time. Nothing is placed in front of Strahd or the brides and Escher. However, you each have a meal, and then the woman in the black dress goes and stands against the wall, and the hunched 4-foot figure exits back out the doors and closes them behind him. Please, my friends, you may begin.
Just scanning the room, like, what do these people, these bitches, what do they look like? Do they look happy? Do they have like an expression to them? Do they look like
Undead.
yeah, like what? How do they look?
Each
If
room
that makes
has,
sense.
each room looks pale. If that helps.
Okay.
But they look relatively happy. They're modestly amused.
Right.
You haven't
they-
missed much.
Yes. So, basically, you
We
come
now have
down.
lobster bisque.
Yeah, you come down. You've been seated. Strada's playing the organ. He's greeted you all.
Pretty badass,
You've sat at the
actually.
table. His consorts have come in. Anastasia, Ludmila, and Valenta, as well as Escher, and they've sat at the head of the table with him. And the 4-foot weird animal guy and a woman in just a black dress who hasn't said a word has come in and served you lobster bisque, which smells delightful and is warm, hot, and just looks rich and indulging. Also on the table, as he says to begin, you see that there is large jugs of wine and also this amber liquid that's in your glasses.
Do I smell or perceive anything about the food and wine in front of me?
Make a perception check if you want.
Where
What
the
are you
hell's he
looking
getting lobster from?
What do you say, Aaron?
That's not good.
There's no coast, is there?
I mean,
There's no coast.
you sound like you're in a submarine.
I am.
Good.
What'd you get, Jane?
6, not good.
6. It looks like food. It smells fresh. It
looks
doesn't
like
look
food.
for anything in the wine, and the
This
amber liquid seems to be like a honey mead.
this food looks delightful. Where do you source it? I don't suppose you have much of a need for human food.
Well, as you're very perceptive, Bruce, me and my consorts, we do not indulge in such luxuries as this. We savor ourselves for the finer things in life. And at that, he picks up his goblet of a wine glass, which you see through the glass crystal has a red liquid in, and he puts it to his lips and has a large gulp.
Gross.
And you see he wipes with a small white handkerchief the red away from his mouth.
gonna say out of game. I don't think we don't know that he's necessarily all. It's not widely known that he's a vampire, is it?
I think you know,
Yeah, we
Yeah,
all know at this
you know.
point.
and you
Been a
would know
run-in
as
as
well.
well.
Well,
as
no,
well.
I mean, I know it, but like it's not like talked about. Like yes, he's not openly a vampire to people.
I think he is quite open
Oh, is
about it.
he?
Yeah,
Oh, right, okay.
yeah. And you'd know as well from obviously your history in monster hunting, and yeah, everyone pretty much knows. He's not hiding it. He says to you, Bruce, I sent my allies, friends, people, you could say, to every corner of the Sword's Coast to fetch this meal for you this evening. I thought perhaps you would see it as a gesture of my trust.
It's very kind of you. You did not need to go to such trouble.
Oh, I always do.
Do you miss the taste of lobster? As I'm like crunching into it.
I've had it in my time, and yes, I wouldn't say I miss it. But as I said, while you enjoy, let me indulge you with my story, and then perhaps you could indulge me with yours. You seem to know very little of my life. Before I was the lord that I am today, I was a count, a prince, or perhaps a soldier. To me, the title means little, as it is the actions that will last in history. Battle was my lifeblood. After my father died, I took to seeking out our family's enemies and destroying them. And it was here, in this very mountain valley, that I conquered my last foe. So, I decided to name this valley Barovia, after my father, King Baroth. I scoured the land to find the most talented wizards and artisans to raise this very castle as a mark to my family over our victory. I named it Ravenloft, after my mother, Queen Ravania. Sadly, she never saw what I had done, for she passed on her travels here. However, she is with me now, entombed below our very feet, a final resting place, and a monument to her. I have tended this land and its people, but I ask, as visitors to my domain, what is your story? You. And he points to probably Bruce first.
I feel there's nothing I could tell you that you don't already know.
Oh, please, amuse me. And a wry smile comes across his face.
Well, I suppose you are aware that this is my brother, Blight.
Yes, I can see the family resemblance.
His mustache isn't as nice as mine.
His ears stand out particularly.
Well, we share different fathers, but our mother, God rest her soul, she was the same.
Oh, your mother has passed.
Let's not pretend you don't know that.
Please, Bruce. I do not. I know little of you before this land. It's when you step into my domain that you become my interest, we could say. I am sorry to hear. A mother is dear and should be respected. And then he looks around the room at his masterpiece that he has created in honor of his family and his mother.
Wow, how I would love to build a castle as grand as this in our mother's name.
Perhaps you will one day.
Perhaps. It's a bit OTT though, I suppose.
And you, Blight? Your journey looks very different to your brother's. You seem to
From-
ebb from the shadows.
It's true. After our mother was killed, we went our separate ways. Bruce went the more honourable way, let's say. I went to the shadows. lived in them for quite a while. Said
I
about that
can
the better,
understand
but
the attraction.
now we're back together, and long after that, we ended up here.
I was born in the dark. Molded
Really
ball.
adopted it.
It seems fate has brought you back together.
Yeah, something like that.
Perhaps you will see your mother one day. And you, Solidus,
Oh,
you're very far from the mountains.
yes. Well, I am gay.
Oh, that is not something to be frowned upon.
It is
Present
what?
company. And he looks towards Escher and gives a wry
That's
smile.
your history. You are
That's
gay.
your backstory. That's all it says on his character sheet. I
Have
am
you not gathered that
gay.
from all the attempts to come onto you guys?
It is actually his backstory.
Oh, is
Coming
it?
onto you for ages.
No, I know he has, but like, I haven't really given it much thought. But I did
I've been trying to build towards the reveal.
All there is to know about.
I say that, and then I say to Strahd, where I'm from, that really doesn't serve the tribe's purpose. So we don't take kindly to people who don't pull their weight. So I guess I was
Pulling too much weight.
I was pulling the wrong weight.
That is a shame. I pity
Oh.
the people who do not indulge in all pleasures.
And then I look at my junk, and I'm like, yeah.
And you, Callan, what brings you here?
What brings me here? Nothing you did.
Perhaps,
Why is it for
or
being so
perhaps
rude?
it is entwined.
I would
But
not
your
willingly come here.
We have lots of forest. I'm
Oh.
sure you've delved deep.
Forests, unfortunately, are dead.
Oh,
Hmm,
But yeah.
perhaps.
so
Your
perhaps.
history, Callan? Anything I do not know?
Ask him about his weird back.
Yeah, what's the point? You already know it, so.
Very well. And you,
I'd just be
I
wasting
do
breath.
not
Oh, I
believe
messed her.
with melt.
I messed her. I've just been hired as a bit of a guide into this party.
Oh, are you from this land, Esther?
Yeah, you could say that.
Make a deception check.
Oh man, roll well, man. Please.
Got a +9. 21.
Okay. As you speak, Strahd smiles. Well, Esther, you have guided them well if you have brought them to my invitation. Please,
Oh, I thought that was best, my lord.
enjoy your meal. You are welcome in my home.
Thank you.
And, there was another you were traveling with. Irina, perhaps?
Never heard of her.
Solidus, do not lie to me. I saw you together.
Let's not pretend you don't know who she is.
And do you know who she is, Bruce?
Well, she goes by the name Irina now, but we know that she is Tatiana.
Very good. And at that, he clicks his fingers, and the doors open, and the
Oh.
4-foot Cyrus Bellevue comes in and begins to pick up the plates, as well as the woman who's been standing at the back, silent in the black dress. They come, they collect the plates and take them out, and shortly afterwards, another plate is brought. It's replaced by plates of sliced tender beef dribbled in a dark sauce, framed by vibrant greens. There's a few big, large silver platters which are placed in between you. There's bowls of fresh baked bread that comes in. This chain of food seems to come and come and come, and smells just fill your senses. The bread's still warm from the oven. and on small silver plates come pads of freshly churned butter. Now, while you enjoy your entree, perhaps I should tell you a little bit about Tatiana. Or do you already know?
Like to hear it from you.
Please do tell.
I'm sure many of you, and he looks at you, Solidus, have delved in love.
I mean,
Love
I've
is a
dabbled.
mysterious thing. It doesn't always pick the right people. Tatiana was in love with my brother. She never loved me.
That's where the story should have ended, really, do you not think?
Do you not think fate sometimes makes mistakes, Bruce?
I think
Or
obsession
do you
makes
think your mother
mistakes.
should have been taken when you were so young?
No, it was cruel what happened to our mother.
And it was cruel what happened between me and Tatiana. My love for her was pure. I would have protected her. I still, you could say, do.
Is non-consensual though.
If you really loved her, would you not care for her feelings and how she felt about you and the people she loved? Is that not a consideration?
But if you haven't noticed, I get what I want.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
It should always be like that, Bruce. You should always follow your goals and seek
But-
to obtain what you need.
Well, then
But we can't all have what we want. That doesn't make sense.
I hate to break it to you, Strahd, but that's not love.
Perhaps.
If you love her, let her go, my mom used to say.
Intriguing. But let me tell you it like this. How can she not love when she has an eternity? Time, you could say, is the largest healer and changer of ways. She has come in many forms to this land. Many bodies housing her soul. But I know inside we are fated to be together.
How many of these bodies have rejected you?
That is not the
It's-
matter.
Is it all? It's all, isn't it? It's all. Of them.
Perhaps.
Mm.
But as I said, I have eternity. So
Well,
you did not
good luck
bring
with
her
that.
to dine?
Unsurprisingly, she did not want to come.
Those ways will change. So where did you leave her? I hope somewhere safe.
With the abbot, you should go kick his ass.
You know of the abbot?
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah,
deranged. He
we've
wants
met.
he wants to cut her face off. He's gonna hurt her.
At this, you see his face change. His face, up to this point, he's been calm, laid back in his seat, almost swinging on this gaunt chair, sipping his goblet of red. As you mention the abbot and you say he wants to cut her face off, his expression changes. The calm expression changes to one of a tried to, almost like a hidden anger. Solidus, what do you speak of?
Well,
I know the abbot well.
yeah, he's jacked up. He saw her and was like, I'm gonna cut that bitch's face right off. And he said,
Yeah.
and fuck Strahd, I don't care for him.
I remember that bit. He definitely said "fuck Strahd."
Make
Yeah.
a deception check.
Paraphrasing, but more or less what happened.
Make
Yeah,
a
we-
deception check.
Can I give him advantage? Because I said I agreed with
Yeah, you can give him an advantage.
It's all right. I rolled a natural 20. So
Oh.
it's 21.
Nice.
21.
I'm the best
Strahd.
liar in this goddamn world.
Strahd rolled a natural 20 as well.
Oh, what?
Fuck off.
But I have a +1 modifier.
Yep. And he has a...
Plus
let's have
17,
a
so
look.
it's stupid.
Plus 2 modifier.
Plus,
He's got a plus
that is
two.
wisdom. He actually has a +2 modifier.
Fuck.
Solidus, I do not believe the abbot would speak to me in that way.
Okay,
or
he didn't.
about me.
He didn't say fuck, but it was implied. It was. He was trying to.
I mean, he had these weird, like, clay golem things, and he was going to put her face on her or something. You don't want that, do
He
you?
was going to cut the face off. That much is true. That there is no deception there. You can tell, can't you? You're a smart guy. I like your hair. He definitely had full intention of taking said face from said body.
The gay one speaks the truth. He definitely he was definitely prepared to cut her face off then and there. We had to leave rather
We did-
abruptly.
We did it to protect her because we knew. I'm not going to try and lie to you anymore. We did it to protect her.
I believe you on that.
Thanks.
I've seen your. Well, I've heard of your travels, and it seems you have been protecting her. Perhaps from the wrong evil, wouldn't you say? The
Yeah.
abbot is a peculiar being. I remember
Shit.
when he arrived in Barovia. Here to heal, here to mend. Yes. It lasted for a while. Until he was corrupted, you could say.
By you.
I am not the corruption here, Bruce. Maybe one day you will see that.
Well,
I am a mere landlord.
landlord. Well, he, as we said, he was going to be rather untoward with Irina, and I swore to protect her. We bargained with him that we would find an alternative face within 3 days. We
And
have
when
no
was this?
3 days ago. We have no intention of sticking to that deal. I'm sure you can appreciate that we don't really want to hack the face off some innocent person.
Don't negotiate with the abbots.
Hmm.
Perhaps
So
you
what
could have
you're
a word.
telling me is you promised this man, this creature, this being, a face in 3 days' time, and you have not delivered,
We have
and
not.
you do not have Irina with you.
Well, I hope you understand that the reason we...
Where is she, Bruce?
Let me finish.
Where is
Please.
she?
I hope the reason we said we would have a face in 3 days was to protect Irina. I hope you appreciate we had to say whatever necessary to get out of the room at that moment.
Do you think you can protect her more than me?
I think she can protect herself given the chance.
I think we
She's
need your
burnt
help.
already, Bruce.
Strahd, we need your help. We need you to stop the abbot. We can't keep her from the abbot. You need to stop the abbot.
Perhaps I will have to step in,
Yes, that's a grand idea.
but you will have to tell me where Irina is.
I don't actually remember anymore.
Do not lie to me, Solidus. Choose your words wisely.
Mr. Strahd, we sent Irina on her way, and we do not know where she went. We thought it was safe that we do not have that information in case you tried to pry it from us.
I say, ooh, that's smart.
Very well.
Ignorance is bliss.
Make a deception check. Because you are lying.
I am
You are
definitely
lying.
lying. What? Deception. Where's my deception? +2. Come on, baby. Natural 20.
Okay.
Natural.
Nice.
Being serious.
Yep.
Nice, dude. I love it. I believe you.
Natural 20 +2, so 20, 22.
Very well. I believe you may have made a mistake, but I also believe it was one you thought was right.
We only have her
Yes.
best interests at heart. I'm sure you can believe that.
Please finish your mains. There is more. And at that he clicks, and the large doors at the back open, and Rahadin enters. He comes to his side, and Strahd begins to whisper something into his ear. You see him nod and leave the room. As you finish your meal, Strahd is contemplating, thinking, sipping at his glass. The brides and Escher begin to chat amongst themselves and laugh, and you hear whispers go between them. You get a sense they're amused by this,
Amused by what?
that's-
Sorry.
amused by Irina not being here, and
Right.
the abbot wanting to take her face. Strahd looks deep in thought as you finish your entrees, and the woman in black and Cyrus come and clear your plates.
I have a question for you. The abbot was under the impression that you approached him in a disguise and requested this creature he was constructing. Is this true?
Sorry? Yes, I have been to visit the abbot, and yes, I have asked him to make me a bride. You could call it
Good.
amusement. The man, as I said, is as corrupt as anybody,
It's basically a sex
and
doll,
I
isn't
just
it?
wanted to see how far he would go.
And when you
If
say
you-
corrupt, who is this upper lord that is corrupting us all?
Well, look at your winged friend here.
Hey.
Thanks for the
Do
clarification.
you ever feel an innate power, Blight? A force pulling you towards the dark? You said you
My whole
lived in the
life.
shadows.
My whole life I've been a thief, so yeah, it's nothing new. It's just a Tuesday for me.
Well, this is a very good point, though, where these wings that you have been gifted. Well, who gifted you these wings?
Perhaps if you search hard enough, you will find the answers, but now it is time for dessert. And as he mentions that, the doors open again, and there is these large silver saucers come in, topped with arrangements of fresh fruits, bright reds and yellows of berries, and large, succulent, almost like orange things. They seem to be picked at the height of their season. They're a stark contrast to any other food. You haven't seen fruit in Barovia, and you haven't seen it since you arrived. This is an odd contrast. Please, enjoy.
I have a question for you now, Strahd.
Yes.
You have led us to believe that you have brought us here. Why is that?
I do not know. You were not the first, Bruce, and I doubt you will be the last. I do not know if it's my will or somebody else's, but you are here.
Can we
But I
leave?
could send you home,
Yes. Yes, that's a good idea.
except you have something of mine, don't you?
Do we?
Do you?
Well, I don't know.
Irina, I believe.
You're the one who, like I said, you're the one who brought us here. We didn't have anything of yours prior to that, so this is kind of your doing.
Yeah.
But you have been in my land many weeks now, and you have been searching, perhaps?
Yeah, but we hate it here.
Found something?
What does that mean? I found dream pie. Do you have any dream pie?
The only thing
I
we've
do
been
not
searching for is for a way
Delve in
out.
Dream Pie, Solidus.
Oh. So hard to get these days. They don't do it anymore. It's been discontinued.
Perhaps you may leave one day,
Hmm.
but
That
not
sounds-
until I get what I want.
Can you tell us what you want?
You know well. Tatiana,
Oh.
her love.
And
Yeah, but
if we give you Tatiana, you'll let us leave.
she's not ours to give.
If you give me Tatiana, and she is willing to live here and love me, as I love her, then yes, Bruce, you may walk through my mists, and you may return to your world.
Given her history and with her feelings towards you, you know that That's not going to happen.
That is
Nothing we
how
say
do
or
they say
do.
it? Not my problem.
Well, it is. Nothing we say or do is going
Mm-hmm.
to convince her to love you. So why should we be the ones to have to stay here and suffer that fate? It's between you two, not us. Why are we intertwined with this?
I do not know. Fate works in mysterious ways, but all I know is that is how you will escape. I, as I have said many times, have an eternity. You have, at best, 50 years. At worst, a lot less. And one of the bride's turns to whoever's who's sat next to her. It will be Solidus and Bruce in this layout. And she goes, "He could always turn you, and you'd have
Sorry,
eternity too."
I'm already 10. Thank you.
Listen, I have given you safe passage here, and I will give you safe passage in the morrow. However, you have a problem with the abbot,
Mm,
and you have somehow managed to make it my problem as well.
yes, he's too strong for us.
So I would suggest, as I was going to anyway, you stay here tonight, and in the morrow we head to Karesk, and we have a talking to the abbot,
We go,
and we
as in
ensure.
So you said we.
Yes,
Now we're talking.
you intend to
we will
travel with
go
us.
together.
Hmm.
As I said, you have somehow managed to involve me in what should have been perhaps your business. But where Tatiana is involved, I am also involved. Perhaps this will show her that I am worth loving.
Yeah,
How many
maybe
times can you save a woman's life?
if you kick that guy's head in, that'll impress her. Always
And you
works.
like violence, don't you, Solidus?
Oh yeah.
I feel
Do
like
you
you're really
like
struggling to understand women.
power?
It's an attractive quality.
It's very attractive, wouldn't you say? And he sort of twists the wine glass in his hand a little bit and puts his legs up on the table as he rocks back in his chair.
But
Oh my god, he's flirting with you.
Spreads them. He does a basic instinct, and he's not wearing pants. I'm like, yeah. I mean, yeah. You know, it's nice to have. I mean, it's a big ass castle. Yeah, I live in small huts normally, so this is quite a step up.
That it is. Well, the night draws on, and at this point, this meal and the conversation and the just small talk and thingy, it's gone on quite a while. You've been here like 3 or 4 hours. The courses have been coming out slowly, and you've been working your way through the food. I feel we have had a good conversation. So, do you agree to join me in the morning to Karesk?
What do you think, guys? I have no idea on which way to roll this.
I don't know any other way of getting out of the
I
old
don't either.
Abbott
Yeah.
situation. It'd be
Yeah,
interesting at the very least.
we'll have to go egg them on, make them fight.
If we can get
Let
Strahd
them
to at
fight.
least wipe out the Abbot, then we just have Strahd. This is all off the record. At least have Strahd to just have Strahd to deal with.
Yeah, it's one less
Abbott's the immediate threat to me.
evil being.
Hmm.
So then we would be parting ways at the end of the dealing with the abbot there.
I have promised you safe passage, and my original extension would be until you leave the Black Carriage tomorrow. However, since you have brought this business to us, I will extend it. After we have dealt with the abbot, then yes, you will be free to part ways with me. And depending how it goes, will depend how we meet again, won't it?
Yes.
I'll be honest, we have no direct quarrel with you, particularly.
I agree.
I,
I
s-
have no quarrel with you.
I did
Other than
swear
the
an.
movement here against our will.
I mean, yeah, I did swear an oath to rid the world of evil.
And you, sir, are the fate of
Jesse!
evil.
I swore,
James!
I swore nothing.
Callan, I feel you're looking at this too simply. You think I would hold you here on purpose? Yes. I
No, I
suppose
don't
I
think
could
Jordan
let
was
you
here on
free
purpose.
any day,
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
but surely you've been brought here for a reason. Why would fate drag random strangers into this? Have you not made acquaintance to some extent? Have you not been offered gifts? And he points to Blight. And found true meaning? And he points to Bruce. And begun to find yourself? And points to Solidus. And you, Callan, your path still lies ahead. If I sent you home now, you may never know your fate. And, you. And he looks
Hello.
at you. Yes, you. Your path is a very interesting one.
So you follow all the paths, really?
Yes, you do. Well, if we are leaving in the morning, I must go and prepare. And he stands up from the table. As I said, you have the safety of the room this evening. You are free to explore my home. However, you are not allowed to go lower than this floor. And I will warn you, my home is, unique.
Do you sleep in a coffin?
You've been reading too many poo rags. I was gonna say, you've been watching too many movies. We don't have movies here, we just have bits of paper where people scratch things in while they're having a shit, and then use it to wipe their ass.
I do have a couple more questions if that pleases you.
Yes, questions are intriguing. Go ahead, Bruce.
The Vistani, you allow
Yes.
them passage to and from
Yes.
this land. Why is that?
Many years ago, when I was still a mortal man, I fell on the battlefield. My wounds were fatal. The Vistani saved me, and therefore I have granted them passage. And it is a benefit to myself. The food you have eaten tonight has been sourced by them.
That makes sense. What happens if someone tries to pass through the fog without your permission?
I would advise against it.
I mean, everyone keeps
For you
saying
will
that.
not reach the other side.
Everyone keeps saying that, but what actually happens?
I have never tried.
I mean, I'm tempted to just, give it a go. Maybe it's just a bluff,
Perhaps your Morning Lord will protect you.
It'll go to a cutscene like Resident Evil. You get chased by dogs back into the house.
Now, if that is everything, I will retire for the evening.
Nighty night.
Anastasia, Ludmila, Valenta, come. Escher, will you see these to their room?
You must
Okay.
have some hell of an orgy.
Wouldn't you like to know? And he stands and passes the table, and the others stand and follow. And he opens the two large brass doors at the end, and then closes behind. as he leaves the chamber. Escher sits leaning back on a chair, smiling at you. Well, you're not dead.
No, we're not.
He drinks from his goblet.
Not yet, anyway. There's still time.
Are you ready to retire?
You are our escort.
I will lead you back up to your room, yes.
I mean, maybe we'll just make our own way up. I don't
Very
quite
well.
feel like going to bed just yet.
Just remember, do not go down.
I definitely
And-
want to.
He finishes the rest of his
I have no
wine
intention of going down on
and
anybody.
leaves the room.
I go straight over to the organ and play chopsticks.
Okay. As you push on the keys, so this organ, as you've seen in the picture, Aaron, did you see the pictures? They're in your thingy. You've got area K10 and Ravenloft Banquet Hall or something. Should be in your journal. But yeah, this organ has like these carved human forms that wrap up and almost grasp at the pipes. As you press the key, this deep guttural sound just comes out of an organ note.
That should keep everyone awake a bit longer.
So you're alone in the room.
Well,
Oof,
Escher was right.
that went interesting.
Nobody's dead. That could have gone a lot worse.
Say we didn't need weapons. I think that went pretty well.
I kind of froze up a bit. Seeing him, he's quite intimidating. I
What?
didn't really know.
I panicked when he accused me of
What?
lying, and then
What?
I was afraid to lie anymore.
He's very powerful. I wouldn't suggest getting into a fight.
He was very
Loud.
perceptive.
You know, it makes me tingle.
Although we managed to bluff our way out of knowing where Irina is.
Huzzah!
Well done.
His pursuit of her seems relentless. I don't know what we're going to do.
What do you
No,
think's
I don't.
downstairs?
I think
So,
he is. Maybe he's
Hmm.
vulnerable when he's
What?
sleeping.
That's what I would presume. You know, don't go downstairs is a clear indication of, you know, there's something down there that we want or he doesn't want us to see.
I mean, I can go invisible.
That's pretty cool.
We could
I'm a thief.
Black can go
go
invisible
and
too.
have a look at some point. Maybe tonight we could go and have a look around.
Yeah, we should make like we're going to bed, and then
I'm
I
worried.
actually will go to bed, and then you guys can sneak around invisible.
I'm worried that he would.
Find out.
He'd be able to know. He would know.
Wake me up if you find some.
Yeah, he might have some kind of crazy sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not
No,
sure if we
we
should
should
push
maybe
our
just go to
luck
bed.
in his domain. I mean, if we were to,
Yeah, I think at least I don't want to risk this.
I mean, he said we
little
can.
ceasefire we've got
He
going
said
on.
we
Especially
can.
without all our stuff on us, yeah.
He did say we can explore this level.
Upstairs, anywhere above this level.
Oh, above this level. Okay.
Anywhere this level and above. He just said don't go down.
Yeah. So there might be some more cool shit to see.
we could
I
take
run
a
out
stroll.
the door.
Is the picture? It's like it's got a big picture of a fireplace, but there's no fireplace in here, is there?
Yeah, there's that's-
Let me have a look at the picture.
yeah, there's the fireplace on the left.
Hmm. It's just a normal fireplace if there is.
Okay.
Let me have a look. Bloody artistic impressions. Bastards.
Because there's got to be a revolving fireplace.
Oh, it's gotta be.
It's got to be. This is a big evil.
Oh, was it? It was on the thingy image, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right,
this
well
is
done.
actually an artistic impression.
Fucking hell.
Fucking artists.
It's again.
Yeah. The main thing in this room is the organ, as you can see on the image.
Can I
The
check out
fireplace
the
would
organ
be-
for like
I'd
if
say
there's
if there's any kind
Yeah.
of trick door. It's the organ. It's like fucking.
Is
the
there a
Is there any, like,
key that's been
piano in
pressed?
Batman.
A key
if
that's
there's any,
been
like,
pressed more
special
than the
items
others?
on the wall? Yeah.
Make a
Scan for fingerprints.
investigation check. Are you investigating it?
I'm-
You having a good
I'm gonna-
goosey gander?
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
Blight to come over because I know Blight's really good at investigating. And say, Blight, investigate this organ. Is there?
If there's Blight and Calendar in it, one of you can do it with advantage.
Whee! Oh yeah, I can't. Like, I got a 6.
I think Blight's
Hang on.
got +9 on investigation or something. Anyway.
I got 12 on my first roll, so 1 second. Fucking hell, man. 13 on my second.
Oh my God, Blight.
Is that total?
Sorry, I'm really full from that dinner. Yeah. Yeah.
So you go and look at the organ, and you see it's. The more you look at it, the more you see it's an intricate piece of work. This is more than just an organ. This is a full-on statement piece. You can see how, when he spoke about the wizards and the artisans he's had working on this place, this has been truly worked on by a master. However, looking over it, you see it's just an organ. You perceive it as just an organ.
Is there any
an organ,
food left
guys.
on the table?
There's any scraps that you have left, yeah.
I'm gonna put some food in one of the pipes.
I was gonna put a napkin in, but food sounds way better.
Okay. So currently you only have the dessert, which is the fruit. So
I'm just
any
gonna
fruit
put.
that you have
I'm just
left-
gonna put some fruit in one of the pipes.
Melon balls. Melon balls.
You're gonna. I need you to make a acrobatics check because
Acrobatics.
you're gonna have to climb
Pretty
up
tall.
to get into the pipe.
Tall ass pipe.
That is a 6.
Like Kobe.
6.
Yep.
As you try to climb up on the side of the main keyboard, you stand on the wood on the side and you begin to shimmy up the pipe, but then your grip just slips through the layer of dust and cobwebs that cover the top. You fall back and your ass lands on the keys, and everyone in the room hears is this massive as he then falls forward onto the bench.
Shit.
I say smooth.
Oh, that was awkward. I think I pulled a butt muscle.
Should have tried to throw it in there like a basketball.
Yeah. He threw it up, I would have just slammed it in. Alley
Kobe.
Yeah. From way downtown.
Should we have
There's
a?
definitely something behind this.
I like the idea that fucking Strahd's gonna walk back in this room and Rod's trying to throw it into
Yeah.
the sock.
He's forgot his phone charger. He's just what's going on here? Just admiring the organ.
I'm gonna
Won't be the
Make-
first organ you've admired.
make my way to the door and say, well, I'm up for a little exploring. See what we can
Yeah.
find in
Let's
this
run
place.
around and steal some things.
What's
We're
in
going
here?
down.
What's
We're
this
going
dark
downstairs.
bit? Yeah.
So Rahadin isn't there. Okay, so
Fuck you, Rahad.
um,
Yeah, what's down here?
so you come out into the lit corridor again, and
Excellent.
you notice
Oh.
that this is the only real area of the castle that's been lit. So if you do want to go other places, you'll have to pick up a torch. It's not too hard to do. So, in the area you're in now, so next to the hallway is a suit of armor. It's oiled and glistening and stands to attention in its shadowed alcove.
Aaron,
Yeah.
what was that magic word that you made your armor come to life with? Alakazam.
Something like that, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Um,
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm sure my character in there.
abracadabra.
Callum wouldn't forget.
Yeah, that's true. So,
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but you say the word that you said. I think it was Kazan.
Piss
I think it
flaps.
Kazan because it was a name,
Kazam,
wasn't it?
yes.
So you say Kazan stood in front of this armor, and you say it with good force and good volume. And you hear this echo
Kazan.
that bounces around the dome ceilings of Kazan, 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 and the armor stands in front of you.
Well, I say this one's broken. And then I give it a little tap, a little
Is it
nudge.
holding a weapon by any chance, Paul?
Is it holding a weapon? No, it's just plate armor.
Okay.
It's a stupid piece of shit.
As you
I'll
hear,
walk
you
off.
hear
Over
this
through
clink.
these doors here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a torch off the wall.
Can I look through the keyhole first?
There's
Who
no
lives in a
keyhole,
house like
It's not
this?
a locked door.
Okay. I want to go through then. I'll peer through.
Open the door. Bring on the wall. Oh dear.
So,
They look lovely.
Hmm.
this grand hall is choked with dust and stretches into the darkness ahead. Your dim light from the lamps just barely reaches the end of it through this thick layer of cobwebs and just age. The ceiling is arched and vaulted, and the cobwebs hang like drapes. Life-size statues of knights line the hallway on both sides, their eyes seeming to watch you as you walk past.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna grab a torch off
Just
torch off
remember,
the
guys,
wall.
we don't have our weapons on us.
Yeah.
It's a
Guess
very
I
valid
got one
point.
as well.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. We don't have any weapons, so let's not.
Sorry, we're just exploring like Scooby Doo and the gang.
Yeah.
Like
Lord-
Zoink Scoob!
Sorry.
Ready?
So you grab the torches and you begin to make your way through the dust.
Making our way.
The guys coming in behind, you see that you're leaving footprints as you go, and it looks like this hallway hasn't been used for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Said we
Opening
could have a look at. You know, he said this was
Yeah.
open to us. So.
As you see the door at the end, you see there is a symbol of beaten bronze that looks like a rising or setting sun hanging from it.
That's probably important.
I feel like we've seen
Yeah.
that imagery
Do we
before.
something about that?
No, maybe not actually.
You can make a history check.
Yeah, do we
as well,
recognise?
or religion? It's up to you. You choose.
12.
12 on history or religion. Which one were you going for?
History.
History. You know that the symbol of the sun has been used commonly for worship reasons and stuff like that. And you know that there is like the Lord of Light and that sort of thing. So you think it could be connected to that maybe?
Do I recognise it as a follower of the Morning Lord?
You see it, it's different to the iconology that you know, because the Morning Lord symbol is a full risen sun. This sun is half set or half rising, so
I open the door.
okay.
Symbols
Right,
have no interest to Solidus.
let's get this.
They confuse and upset him. Ah, jeez.
Whoa. Fuck is that?
It's like a little chapel.
Oh, the pews.
It's not really little.
This is a big ass chapel. I go in.
Okay, so let me describe what you see.
Okay.
Dim coloured light filters through the tall, broken, and boarded up windows of stained glass, illuminating the ancient chapel of Ravenloft. A few bats flutter above near the top of the 90-foot high domed ceiling. A balcony runs the length of the west wall, 50 feet above the floor. In the centre of the balcony, two dark shapes are slumped in tall chairs. Benches coated with centuries of dust lie about the floor in jumbled disarray. Beyond the debris, lit by the piercing shaft of light that comes from the outside, an altar stands upon a stone platform. The sides of the altar are carved with bas-reliefs of angelic forms entwined with grapevines. The light from above falls directly on a silver statue. A cloaked figure is draped over the altar, and a black lace mace lies on the floor near its feet.
Does the figure look dead?
He's well dead.
Make a perception check.
Oh, that's good. 19 plus 3, 22.
Yeah, he looks dead.
Okay.
I go over and I give him a little kick.
As you kick, this almost like mummified body of this guy just falls to the floor. He's slumped. Just
Can I
onto the floor.
search the body? Obviously, there's that mace. Is there anything else?
You don't find anything else. You just find the large mace.
I'm gonna pick up the mace.
Okay.
Does it look good?
It's just a. I mean, it's well crafted. It's whereas like a mace built just for purpose is just like a massive lump of metal on a stick, basically. This has been crafted with good care and attention. It's good quality, but that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna hang on to that.
So add a mace to your inventory.
Is there anything else about?
So there's a statue on the altar.
What kind of statue?
So it's a small silver statue, and it. Hang on. It's nothing of importance. Let me just get you the description of it. So, when you search the body, another thing that you saw, just going back to that quickly, he does have this thick fur-lined black cloak with gold thread embroidered into it. He's wearing chainmail, and the mace. Just have a quick search. Okay. You picked it up, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
If you just have a look in your inventory and then you can describe it. I described it really badly, so ignore my description and I'll let Bruce describe what he picks up.
Or is it the Mace of Terror?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's an ordinary Mace of Terror.
Mace of Terror. This
Just
magic
describe
weapon.
its image first.
Okay, it's like anyone seen Majora's Mask? Something
Yes.
like that.
It's like a mace basically built out of skull heads. The
yeah,
mace
there's like
bit is,
two skull heads instead of like on
I
the
think
end,
it's a
glowing
tri-piece
eyes.
with large prongs.
It looks pretty fucking badass. It's glowing.
That's under fire to the degree.
This magic weapon has 3 charges. While holding it, you can use an additional action, expend 1 charge, release a wave of terror. Each creature within 30-foot radius must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you for 1 minute. While it is frightened of you, the creature must take its turns to just run away from you. Basically, it's a Mace of Terror. When you're wielding that, people are fucking scared of you.
Nice.
Seems fair.
So that's the mace you pick up. The icon on the thing. So it's a silver icon of what looks to be a holy man. He has long robes and he's praying with his hands outstretched like this in front of him. He's wearing a small, like rounded hat on his head, and he has like a large draped collar, like a holy man. You recognize him as being probably a priest or something like that.
Can I tell how he died? Is there any indication?
This
The
is
statue.
Statue.
where you're looking. That was a statue.
Oh,
The guy on the
sorry.
floor. Can you tell how he died?
Yeah.
Make a medicine check.
Medicine check.
While he does that, I take statue.
15.
Okay.
15.
It's hard to tell. It looks like he's been dead for so long that
Yeah.
his body, the stuff that's left, is not really flesh anymore. It's almost like a paper. So it's hard to tell how he died. Solidus, you pick up the statue.
Yes.
Okay. You pick it up in your hands and you feel as if it's something important.
Yes. I stick it in the old prison wallet.
In the prison wallet.
His
The
ass.
bumhole.
I'll shove it in my pocket.
Okay. You'll have to
Flash
hold it
pocket.
because these trousers don't have pockets.
Fine, I'll hold on to it.
What is it?
The little statue man.
Oh, the statue. Okay.
Silver, did you say? I'll write it down.
Yeah, it is silver. Well, I mean, you could look at it and inspect to see what it is. Then you
I will inspect.
How good are you at inspecting?
Let's have a look. It's not one of my best attributes. Or would it be like
Inspection, or is it investigation?
investigation?
Yeah, do investigation. Do an
Alright,
investigation check
plus
on it.
3.
Okay. Oh, did all right. 17.
17. You get the sense that it's more than just a statue, but you're not sure what it is.
I turn around and go. Is anybody good at identifying things?
Yeah, hand it to
But
me.
this is mine. You can look at it, but then it's mine.
I
And I hand it over to Bruce.
take it off him and cast Identify.
Okay.
So you got the fucking Mace of Terror, you bastard.
So, you sit and concentrate on the item, and it's in your inventory.
Where is it?
It's called
okay.
Icon of Ravenloft,
Okay.
if you can see it.
A wondrous item. Oh, they're getting lots of wondrous item stuff.
I'm gonna peek over here, Paul. Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what you see in a minute.
Steppy steps.
Get 16. So, Esmeralda, as you walk into that, you see an arch room connects to let's see the other way. So there's 8-foot tall sculptures of helmed knights with muscular builds. And a black shadow falls across the face, and then it leads to a set of stairs.
Oh.
Which go.
That icon of Ravenloft's pretty good. Even if it's just for the cure wounds.
What does it
Oh,
do?
they got a cure. Nice.
Only you've got it, Bruce. So you'll need to.
Oh.
Yeah, only you have
Of
identified
course.
it.
Sorry. It's a the icon was given to Strahd by the Archpriest Cyril Romulik, an old family friend. Within 30 feet of this icon, the creature is under the effect of a protection from evil and good spell. You can cast Augury. I don't know what Augury does.
Augury is like prediction of the future.
Oh, really?
What?
You can use Bane of the Undead. So if you have that spell, you can increase the DC by 2, so it doesn't really apply. And you can also cure wounds. So you can use that to cure wounds on, and the target will regain 3d8 plus 3.
Nice.
You can use that once a day.
Is
So
the
you do
augury
need-
once a day? Is it?
I think it's all once. Yeah, it's all once a
Do
day.
the augury quickly now, just to make sure that we're not gonna trigger anything
Let me read
stupid.
about-
Who
while
needs
we're
to
fucking
attune
about.
You
to
need
it?
to attune to the
Ah.
item there, so it would have to be tomorrow
That'd
anyway.
take a long rest.
How does one attune? Just rest with it. Put it on my bum and go
I
to
think it's a
sleep.
short rest,
Okay.
but it is a rest.
You basically take time to sit and get used to the item and understand its properties and stuff like that.
All right, so cool. Give me.
I feel like you might want to do a trade.
You think that?
Solidus is like, can I have the statue? And Bruce is like, can I have the mace?
I was gonna give the mace to someone anyway. The mace is I have no use for the mace. I hand the mace to Solidus and say,
Okay, 1 second.
Can't put that on my bum.
Would you...
I'll
Well, we
give
can
it
get back to our
you,
rooms and put it in
Solidus.
our pack without them.
I'm like fine. I will trade you
It's in
the.
your inventory, Solidus.
Oh, thank you. Mace of Terror.
I do like an investigation of this area before I walk into it.
Yeah, you're looking for traps.
Yeah.
Yeah, make an investigation check. Then.
Or is that
Well,
can
actually,
it,
make
can it be anything else?
it's a perception check if you're so. For traps, the way I'll do it is if you're looking at an item like a chest or a door, and you try and investigate, so you're like touching pressure plates and stuff like that, then it'll be investigation. If you're just looking into a space and looking for traps, then it is
Like sleight of hand or stealth?
perception.
Oh. Perception.
Yeah, because you're just looking
Oh,
into a
I'm
space
shit.
and seeing
Anyone
if you can
better?
see.
I'm +0.
You can always roll, dude.
Send in the rogue.
Mace of Terror.
I can't imagine there's going to be any traps. That would be a bit not very good for your guess. Explore. By the way, there are traps.
4.
Don't worry about those.
Looks fine, dude.
I'm gonna have a peek up here then.
Okay, the stairs go up. I believe. Are you going up or no?
And that goes up to our bedroom later though, doesn't it?
Bedroom.
No, your bedroom is 120 feet up.
Oh, right. Okay. So no,
there
we're not
is-
allowed to mess about on these floors then.
There is more in between this and your bedroom. It's not like dining room, 120 feet bedroom.
I'm going to walk over. If there's nothing else we can see in this room, I'm gonna
What's
walk
over here though?
walk over and be like, "Stop being a
More on the
pussy."
side.
Hang on.
I just wanted to make sure we've, like fucking Skyrim, check every fucking cupboard before you leave the area.
Okay, you're checking down there. So this leads into a large spiral staircase.
Oh,
It goes
So-
up and down.
The stairs curl down into darkness. To the right, the stairs climb up into thick drapes of cobwebs. Alcoves in the north and south wall hold 8-foot tall sculptures of helmed knights similar to the other one, with bright blades. Black shadows obscure their faces.
we're thinking, guys,
Ascend.
through the spiral rather than the other one.
Well, we're not
Yeah.
allowed to go down, apparently.
The only way is
So
up,
you're
baby.
going up through this staircase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this staircase is like large flagstones that spiral upwards. Cobwebs fill the staircase, make it difficult to see even the ceiling. Heavy beams sag overhead on the stairs that rise above you from centuries of weight. Okay.
Cast dark vision for myself.
I'm still carrying a torch.
Are you all going? Or is
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
you staying down?
I'll come with.
Callum,
No, I'm going as well.
Blight.
I just haven't moved my character.
are you going?
Aye.
So come on, guys, the water's fine.
Let me see where you will go then.
I got this cool mace. And Bruce got some sort of little man.
So, oh, hang on. So the stairs go up. And up.
I think the next one's going to be up.
And up.
Knew it. Called it.
So at this point, any of you who have like a bit of sense can tell that you've climbed a long way. You're talking, this is the 120 feet mark that you were for your bedroom and the room that you were going to. And and up past the point of your rooms.
While we're going past the rooms, do we know we're going past the rooms?
No, this stairway is literally just a solid stairs. There's no landings, no doors. You're just climbing and climbing and climbing. Still want to go in?
It's a big ass tower, yes.
Okay.
There's going to be something cool at the top. I know it.
So
There's nothing.
let
I'm
me
very
get
sorry.
your people. What the fuck are the characters? So we got Esmeralda, Light, Bruce, Callan, Solidus. So you've come up here.
Yeah.
Just bear with me, since you've climbed the entire castle. Okay.
Instant death.
The spiral staircase finally ends at a 5-foot wide stone walkway that circles the shaft. At the center of the tower's highest floor, a 15-foot diameter hole drops into the cold heart of Ravenloft itself. Cold air rushes up out of the shaft, sending a chill through you. Arrows sits line the walls. The aging beams support a steep cone-shaped roof. One beam and part of the roof have fallen away, leaving a gap to the hole up to the stormy sky outside, and rain's coming through.
Interesting.
There's a gap in this woody area here.
Yeah, so a big
Yeah,
hole
So
in the roof.
basically, above this, there's a hole in the roof that comes down. These are arrow slits around the outside, and this is a hole down.
I throw a penny down the hole.
So I don't know where you're getting a penny from because you don't have any of your gear. You could pick a pebble.
All right, I throw a bit of this wood beam
Hmm.
down hole.
So you pick up the wood beam.
Yeah.
And you throw it down.
Yeah.
And you wait.
Wow, that was a move.
And you wait. And you wait. And then you hear this. As it echoes back up the shaft.
I said, cool.
I go up behind Solidus and go, you know, when like you do that knobhead thing where you like pretend to push someone. Ah!
And I
Don't fall.
freak out like, no, please.
Make a sleight of hand check
I thought you were going to do a Gandalf.
to see if you can grab him. In fact, make a strength check to see if you can hold on to him. You're pushing a 7-foot guy here.
I'm not pushing him. I'm just like grabbing him and shaking him.
Make a strength check.
See ya.
No solid size.
That'll be A's. Where's the
You can
strength?
put him back together.
Oh
He's in
yeah, 15.
You push Solidus, pretending to shake him, and he goes, almost loses balance, and there's this huge 7-foot form comes over the edge. You just manage to grip him back with your arm and pull him back over. Solidus
Gee.
turns.
Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you? You flaming galah.
There's nothing else up
Okay,
here.
so
There's like
nothing up here.
no sense of what
Oh,
this tower is used for or anything. Or...
Do you want to do any checks?
Yeah,
You just
probably.
walk
Yeah,
up.
can we do like an investigation check? Yeah.
Yeah, do it as perception because you're trying to perceive if there's anything. There's nothing to really investigate. If you want to do it as a group, you can do it at advantage
Yeah,
Yes.
and pick who you want to lead.
I should do it. I'm rubbish at it.
Who's
Not me.
wisdom?
Yeah, but I've just rolled terribly.
I've just got a 0.
Oh, it don't matter whether
Plus
you
and a
roll
plus-
terribly. You
I've
gotta
got a
pick
plus
the person
0.
first.
7 I got.
7. It looks empty. It's hard to tell. You've carried your torches up here, and your torches are flickering, and there's a real strong wind coming from this, like almost like just a pipe that comes all the way up, and there's a strong wind, and it's making your torches flicker in it, and it's hard to see around.
Does anyone have anything that could send down the pipe?
I mean, we could send Blight down. He's winged.
True.
He could
So
flap
to you,
down.
Blake.
Yeah, I'll give it a go if I can do it safely.
Well, you can fly
Thinking
down,
something
yeah.
else that could send.
I push Blight down.
Make a strength check. Blake, do you want to resist, or are you letting it happen?
Pushed.
I'm gonna let it happen.
Okay, so yeah, it's check. So you just push Blight, and it's one of them cartoon moments where his wings instinctively come up and he flaps, and he turns to look at you, almost floating in the air, and then just nose dives down into the dark. Do you have dark vision, Blight?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Spit down the hole.
Where you would come out.
Took another plank down.
I mean, we've definitely just broke the rule of going downstairs.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about
It's obviously
Too late
Well, I
now.
was only meaning to just have a quick check. See what's down there
Damage
and
is
come
done.
back.
God.
we'll just say fell accidentally.
Yeah, what are you doing down here? We all fell.
Let me work out where the fuck you would get to. Hey guys, welcome to Run the Castle.
that.
12. And when I'm saying stuff like map 12, that's when you're in for a real good treat. Okay, right. Okay. Let's get you guys over here. Oh, you're already on it. So cool. So I've just revealed an area on here. You should just be able to see dark, and then one area. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all Blight. You fly down into the darkness. The bricks just merging into one as you zoom past, waiting till the very last minute to stretch your wings and blast the air underneath you to give yourself an updraft. Then you land. You see just to the left stairs that you presume lead to the very top. And out from this area.
I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Let me just describe what you see.
I'm not going
I was
in.
going to say, I would have like just
I've
looked and
got
gone.
nothing on me. I've got nothing to gain
just have
from
a,
this.
just have a
I'm
little
going-
peek and then fly back up, and you'll never know.
Buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft lie the ancient catacombs. You see arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow, low columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air. A thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. The ceiling is black, but appears to be moving.
Oh, the ceiling is moving.
What?
Yeah. I fly immediately back.
Okay.
Not a chance of
I
getting
am
there.
of the darkness. Ah!
Black goo!
I haven't even got my sword.
So yeah, bear in mind none of you have any weapons. You fly all the way back up. Like from your guys' perspective, Blight's gone for a good it's a good 3 or 4 minutes. It's almost like when someone goes underwater and you're like, are they still there? Like this is far. He's gone further than the 130, 40 feet to the top. He's gone below ground level.
Dear. See anything cool?
No, literally nothing, but it reeked of wrong in there.
I push him back down.
Reeked of wrong. Right,
Well, there
Well,
doesn't seem to be anything
Down
up
the
here.
steps
yeah,
I'm
that's
not,
that. Let's
not
explore
messing around with
elsewhere.
that place, guys.
I cast before we leave, or as we're leaving, I cast detect magic.
Detect magic.
Yep. In case there's
one
any
second.
objects or anything that we might have missed. It lasts for 10 minutes, so I'm going to try to.
run down the stairs.
Hmm.
1 second.
Oh, interesting. There may be magic here.
You sense. Is it Tuffy? 1 second.
There's something important here.
sense something in the rafters.
Then I will look and try and follow the ping of it because I do sort of see it sort of like glows.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
understand it, I do see where it is coming from.
Something lurks among the rafters.
Who was looking around here? You've missed something.
I'll hop up there and have a look.
You see a small outline of a spindly man, not much larger than a child. As you look, a flash of lightning illuminates the tower, and his face is painted like a grinning jack-o'-lantern.
We did not see you there. Hello.
Hello?
I'm. My name is Bruce. Who might you be?
I am Piddlewick, the second.
Piddlewick the second. What happened to the
What?
first?
I do not know. And as you say that, and you guys are sort of looking up where the sound has come from, this thing begins to descend from the rafters and comes into the light of your torches. It's obvious you're not looking at a small man, but a mockery of one. This thing is not a creature of flesh and bone, but a construct made of dyed leather, stitch, and tightly wrapped in an articulated frame. You hear, as he moves, the soft tumbling and clicking of gears.
What?
That's cool.
A little automaton. Little robot.
Can we keep him, Bruce? Can we keep him?
We definitely can.
Yeah.
What are you doing up here, Mr. Piddlewick?
Hiding.
From who?
And at that, his voice stops.
What-
Key
And he
on the back of
turns his face. And he's like, points to his mouth. He's like, he shakes his finger. And his hands, I'll get a picture.
The fuck?
I'm tempted to push him down the hole.
Piddlewick the second. Have a look in your
Boot
things. So he looks like a jester, and his hands are mechanic, and his voice is mechanic. And he points to his mouth again,
creepy.
and he makes this little shrugging thing.
Why?
It seems
I don't keep him anymore.
whatever voice was imbued to him has run out.
Interesting. Wonder if magic gives him.
Is
I
there a
love
key,
him.
like a wind-up key?
He-
Or
He
anything?
seems automated.
He's horrendous and I love him.
I turn to well, I was gonna say James Esmeralda and say, Esmeralda, use a cantrip. Do prestidigitation.
What would that do? Just to warm him up? What?
Yeah. Try and warm
No.
him up. See what happens.
Okay. I'll do prestidigitation and warm him up. Oh wait, no. Can what about shower of sparks?
What does that do?
Oh, it's harmless sensory. No. I don't know. Like I figured it would be like a fucking. He'd have a key on the back of him. Can we pick him up and have a look? if
I
there's a
feel
key
like
on-
he reacted to my magic.
You want to try and pick him up, or
Yeah, I'll try and pick him up.
so you pick him up, and you feel this metal body and just a metal thingy. And as you pick him up, his arms almost go limp for a minute, and his head turns. And then when he gets to the top, he goes, and his mouth opens, but he doesn't have a tongue inside. It's just this
Cool.
empty, hollow mouth. But he manages to put his hand up and wiggle his fingers in like a clockwork motion.
I think he's great. And I say, I'm going to keep you, and
And he nods.
I will call you Mr. Piddlewick the second.
And he nods again.
Perfect.
Okay, well I'll do a bit of magic just to see, and I'll clean him.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Okay. And he looks at his body in a clockwork motion, and his hands come up like,
Right, thanks for cleaning this
Oh,
weird doll.
Still didn't talk.
So we can't
Okay.
speak anymore.
Oh, he's run out of juice.
it seems whatever magic imbued him with voice has just run out.
Right at that moment. Oh.
Mr. Piddlewick, did something I do give you your voice? Shake.
And
You
he
can
looks
shake
and-
your head or nod. Okay.
And he picks up his hand and he goes, taps his arm.
Time.
Time.
What time is it?
Will you be able to speak again in time?
And he does this. He does a running motion.
He's run out of time.
Hmm.
Is
How
there
do we
any?
get you?
Is there
more
anything we
power?
can do to give you a voice again? Well, that's no good, is it?
Well, that's depressing. I throw him down the hole. No, I don't really.
And he does this. He goes. And he does like a mime action.
I shake him a little bit aggressively. Like, what does
Sorry.
that mean?
He shakes his head.
You can come with us. You can join us on this trip around the castle. Let's start walking down.
I pop him on my.
And Solidus puts him down, and he said that you can join. He stands, bends forward, and you know, like you get them little dogs, the little electric dogs that move forward and then do a backflip.
Yeah.
He stands, leans forward, and then does a forward roll back onto his feet in this like mechanical motion.
Nice.
And then he nods his head, and he begins to follow.
I'm terribly amused by this, and I just
Briefy little thing.
watch him the whole way down the stairs.
Okay. So you're heading back down the stairs, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. How they go all the way down to the crypt, the
Yeah.
church.
Yeah, I guess we go all down to the bottom and then back up the other way.
So there's no other entrances here.
So
So
shall we?
now you're back in the church. We're just going to take a quick piss break,
Okay.
and then we'll push on a little bit more and see what else you want to explore. And then
Okay.
this might run over 2 sessions, depending how much castle
Yeah,
exploration you want to.
So much castle.
How much time we got before expected?
You can't get a single graphics card. It's ridiculous.
No, you got no chance, mate.
Even the shit ones. Even the shit.
Yeah, it's shit at the minute.
Where did you get yours from?
I got it from. Oh, I can't remember the website now. Just like one of the main websites where you get computer parts from. I can't remember what it was. But I was on a Discord that like would alert you when stock came in. and I had about a minute to buy it before it ran out of stock.
Yeah, right.
Hey guys, welcome to Castle Ravenloft, where it goes from K1 to K84.
Fuck.
And it has multiple layers and lots of different rooms that lead to different places.
We just flew straight down to the bottom.
Yeah. Dude, that's
Okay.
like
Shortcut.
that's literally the stacks. But when you want a quick exit, almost like Thunderbirds, how to get out of Tracy Martin, whatever it was. So, and then not back, but you have Piddlewick now. Also, while you free a run, that's what happens when a DM realizes that Piddlewick doesn't have a voice.
I see.
Welcome to the world of Dungeons and Dragons, where everything's literally made up on the spot.
So we're just assuming Piddlewick's not bad, and we're just taking him with us while we're snooping.
Yeah, I think
He seems cute
despite,
enough.
despite his horrendously evil
Cute enough.
face,
Jesus.
he's a lad.
He
Bit of a
might
lad.
know. He might know the castle.
Mm.
I'm trying to think how we could speak to him though.
Seems like we can't, which was
Maybe we don't
unfortunate.
need to. I wonder if Blight could message him and he could reply telepathically.
Oh,
It's
telepathic
mechanical, isn't
communication.
it? It's not really. Well,
Yeah,
but
he can't. So what I said to the others is, my interpretation was what happens when you realise the character you've given a voice can't speak.
Oh, okay.
oh, did you not hear that? Kurt? I thought
Yeah.
you were there when you.
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, so he wasn't
He
supposed
was-
to have a voice.
He doesn't speak and he can't read and write, but he can mime and he understands you.
Right.
Oh, okay. So he will never speak.
So
Fair
Don't worry
enough.
about it.
if you're looking for
I'll
avenues to
throw in
make him
spells, and
speak,
he's like, "Ah, stop! God, stop!"
like, oh god, this is taking us too far.
I want to get him a
But he has
tiny.
got Piddlewick a second.
He is. I want to get him a tiny knife. I think he needs a tiny knife.
He has a club.
He has a club.
That thing in the picture is like a little club.
It's like a fucking candy cane.
Yep.
All right. That's pretty good. I might put a nail through it though, just to make it a bit more deadly.
Because you mentioned automaton, I was actually thinking, oh wait, this could be from that old guy, but that's in Critical Role. The fucking automatons and the little wind-up shit.
Wow,
Ah,
shit.
yeah.
Is that in Huppadook?
Yeah, Hopperduke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking hell, you're there
Right.
already. Nice.
yeah.
Okay, so you guys are back down into the chapel.
Chapel.
So when you get back to this level, Blight, as well, you realise that you've gone below this level when you flew down. You can tell the scale of the stairs and the thingy.
Let's go up the other way.
Yeah, let's go up these stairs. See if we can find any more mystical creatures.
I just gestured to Piddlewick. I'll say to Piddlewick, like, do you know the castle well?
And he goes,
Or do you know?
Any cool treasures anywhere that's worth seeing?
Can you
Cool.
Up this way.
We're
up
probably...
these up
Where
these
these
stairs?
steps are.
DM's like, no, fucking
Oh
no.
god, the map.
Okay, 1 second. And I will tell you.
I don't envy you in this place, Paul.
Oh, I know where this is going. should be. Okay. Oh, there's one gone. He's back. Are you going up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Da-da-da-da. Okay. So this. Let me reveal it. This staircase goes up. To the balcony that is 50 feet above the chapel, which you saw underneath, which I'll open up now for you. I'll describe it in 1 second.
If it's easier, Paul, you don't have to keep moving us around everywhere. You could just describe it instead.
Yeah, I'll just describe it. Yeah, but to give it, I'm just revealing the map and getting rid of all the shit that's on my screen.
Fair
So, so you come up and you go up the 50 feet to the balcony that you saw from below. A sculpted stone railing encloses the long balcony, which overlooks the Loft chapel. 2 ornate thrones stand side by side in the center of the balcony, covered with dust and strung with cobwebs. The thrones face away from the double doors, which give access to the balcony from this level. But you've come up the stairs, so you're up here basically. You did see 2 slouched figures in the.
I go and have a look at the bodies.
Okay. Let's put you in for sake. Bruce. You might as well be on each level. Solidus. We better find old Piddy, haven't we?
Peter Wig.
There he is. Right. So you head over to the 2 bodies. You just walking straight across?
Yes.
The 2. Okay, yep. As you try to get near, Piddlewick runs in front and brings his hand up and his face can do minimal expressions. He looks distressed.
Are these dangerous,
Can
Piddlewig?
And he nods.
Should
Can
we
I do a
touch?
check for traps?
That's a good idea.
You're checking for traps on the bodies.
I
Yeah,
do.
like
Well,
for
I do it.
stuff.
I do divine sense. I just
Um,
put my arm in front of Esmeralda and say, "Hang on a second," and do a
So-
divine sense.
What does that detect?
Good,
Sorry.
evil, celestial fiend, undead.
Yep. You spot that they're 2 undead. Evil.
Oh.
These are undead creatures, possibly sleeping.
Let's back out
And when
then.
you say sleeping, Piddlewick nods. And he begins to push you guys towards the stairs again.
We should probably leave.
Do I see anything on them?
It's hard because these thrones are like huge thrones which would cover you from behind. So you can just see 2 slumped figures inside, which is what you saw from below. You can't see anything on them until you get close enough to, 5 feet.
Yeah. Let's back.
Yeah, we ain't equipped to
You don't
deal
want
with
to
these
cause
guys.
trouble now.
Right,
Can I
Piddlewick.
back down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start leading down the stairs, and Piddlewig, he waits at the top of the stairs for a minute, and as you all get to the bottom and you look back, he does a forward roll down the stairs. And at the bottom, it's like this it's almost this well practiced roll where he like goes top to tail, top to tail, top to tail, using his hands and his legs, and the bottom he stands up like,
I do a little clap.
and he does a small bow, and then follows you down the other flight.
Excellent.
This guy's ace.
Amazing.
uh,
Right, where?
oh, dude, I didn't put you on 4. Sorry.
No, you didn't. But that's fine.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is what you could see.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Dragging you all about for nothing. Okay. So you're back
Um,
down into the chapel.
Well, is my detect magic still up?
Yeah, you don't sense anything magic except the icon that you've already collected and the mace, which is on your person.
I go, well, nothing left in here. Let's go, and
Yeah,
head
we
back
will.
down the hall.
What's up these big ass steps?
That's where we
Okay.
went to the bedroom, right?
No, you went through the small steps to the bedroom.
Oh,
These
okay.
are the-
So, just consider that the dinner went on for a good 4 hours. You arrive at well, the light was fading from what you could tell. You've been up and down a set of 140-foot stairs twice, and blood's flowing down the thingy. So, like,
Yeah, I take it we still want a long rest.
time-wise,
Mhm.
time-wise, you're getting on to not only getting a short rest now, because it's probably past midnight.
Did people count on getting anything for the
And
Sad.
Celestial as well?
Strahd said about leaving to Karesk in the morning. You know that Karesk will take more than
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
but yeah, you can push through without
Well,
any
we could
rest.
go back to
the
our
next
rooms and
day.
stash our stuff and count
Yeah,
ourselves
but-
lucky.
Let's go to bed, everyone.
Yeah.
But I
So-
want to know what's up the stairs.
We'll have to look
can
in the
look round.
morning.
If you want to run up.
Come on then.
Can I just run to the top and just see what's up there?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, come on.
So,
Shit.
more stairs. It's a trap. So, the massive stairs rise to a landing 20 feet wide by 40 feet long. Stone arches support a ceiling covered with frescoes 20 feet overhead. The frescoes depict armored knights on horseback, their finer features faded beyond recognition. Dust floats in the air here, caught by the light of your torches. At the end of each of the south walls, the staircase rises into darkness. Between the staircase are twin alcoves, each one containing a standing suit of armor covered in dark stains. Each suit of armor clutches a mace, the business end of which is shaped like a dragon's head. Words engraved on the arches above the suits of armor have been scratched out.
Everything covered in this black goo is giving me the creeps. I'm thinking like they have some sort of thing on them. Have you still got the detect magic going?
I don't know, have I, Paul?
Yeah, but you're not picking up anything magic.
Nothing magic about these.
Just normal run-of-the-mill goo.
I won't be surprised that when it comes to it, all these things could magically come to life and attack us.
Mm.
Where you stood to view this.
Yeah, I don't want to go into the room yet.
Okay.
I'll step forward.
Okay. You step forward into the room.
Good. We're just sitting there, we're
Yeah,
gonna attack
cool.
him.
Cool, bro.
It'd be rather rude of Strahd if his fucking castle was to attack his guests.
Well, he did say we shouldn't
He said we
to
should.
different floors, didn't he?
He said we could explore. It was just
He said-
downstairs.
He said, "Run around, have fun,
He did.
touch everything,
Basically.
take my items, just don't go downstairs."
Kind of curious
That's
about
what
what
he
those
said.
two figures were sat doing now. Well, I'm spent.
Yeah,
We've got a long
just
trip ahead
thought
of
we
us.
yeah.
Maybe we should hit the sack.
Balls.
I'm sure we'll return to this castle in time.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Callan,
Okay.
you're awfully quiet tonight. Are you feeling okay?
Yep.
Good.
So you head back up the large winding stairs to your bedchamber.
Yeah.
Are you turning for the evening?
We don't see any creepy people about. They're not around, are they?
The castle is just the other guys have now left your chamber. It's just empty. There is torches lit inside, but the other guys have left.
No fit
Um,
Gertruda about.
The castle seems oddly quiet. I mean, you know there's inhabitants, but from the scale, you get the idea that they only inhabit certain parts, perhaps.
Well, they're all in fucking
And who knows
coffins.
what's happening in the rest.
Ooh, blood orgy.
Well, do. Oh, remember to attune yourself to the. Oh, it's probably not got. We've not got long enough.
Are all of our items still
So
here?
by the time, make an investigation check.
Oh God,
Hmm.
everyone.
Yeah, everyone can do it as a group if you're checking for your items.
All
Make
of
an
us.
average.
18.
29.
17. 29. Fucking hell.
29. Fuck.
8.
8. Callan. 23. Okay. Two pretty good ones. Some average. We'll probably say you average out about 18, something like that. Some of you get the sense that some bits are missing. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Sword.
I checked
The
my
weapons are
grave
there.
dirt.
Your grave debt's there.
I looked for my solidus doll that fires poison.
That's still there.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Do I have wooden stake still in my pack?
Yep.
so
Is the Tome of Strahd still there?
No.
oh,
The Tome of Strahd is missing. And also, it seems that as you go through your clothing, each person has lost one item of clothing.
oh no, my pants.
Whether it be just a tear off the corner of a cape or
Trackers or something.
yeah.
Oh, I know what he's fucking doing. I know what he's fucking
Making
doing.
clay golems of it or something.
Nah, I know what he's done. I'm not gonna say because
You can make a
it's
Arcana
mega.
check
Spoilery.
if you think that something
Yeah, I'll
that
make
is
it.
going to be pretty high.
Okay, I've got +2 on Arcana. 20 total.
20 total.
Yeah, I'm doing a check.
You get the sense, you're not sure
13.
the exact thing because you've only heard of this through circles of worship and stuff like that. But you get the sense that if someone has a possession of somebody,
Yeah.
then they're easier to almost see into their activities.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
damn.
can scry on us.
It's bugged. Been bugged.
That's what I figured.
Well, we can't
Okay.
go back. Can't.
But
oh,
you're
go back to
unsure
our
of
arena.
the frequency, you're unsure of the range, how powerful it could be, but you sense that somebody could now potentially watch you at points.
To be fair, I had in my head he was already doing
Yeah, I
that,
kind of thought
Yeah.
it would be doing
but this confirms it.
Yeah, now I know. I feel much worse.
Well,
So,
there we go.
what are you guys doing? You turn in?
There's no escaping from him now.
Well, does anyone want to, I don't know, do anything before we go to bed? Like, okay, I can do a Taraka card reading for anyone.
At this point, you can get changed out of your dinner clothes and you redorn your armor and your weapons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the holy symbol of Ravenkind is still round my neck.
Yeah,
Okay.
the sleight of hand's not that good, dude. And all your Rolex watches have disappeared.
But he's taken the Tome of Strahd. Well, he can fucking have it. We already know what it says.
Yeah, you left it in your bag, so
We've read it and it was rubbish.
So how do I? Because this Mace of Terror requires attunement.
Yeah.
Can
So
I
you
tune
need
with
to
that
add
guy?
it to your inventory, which
Yeah.
you should be able to do on D&D Beyond, and
Yeah.
then you need to, I think, click to attune the item. So you can do that during this rest.
Okay.
I will attune to the
Symbol of Ravenloft.
that's the one.
Cool.
Attune. There you go. Done it.
So you spend time as the hours draw past, resting, intrigued by this place that you'd never been, and perhaps you will have to end your journey here. How do you feel? Do you feel better or worse for coming as a group?
We've got some cool swag. Um,
Got some good grub.
I feel better.
I feel better that we're gonna go see the abbot. That's gonna be interesting.
Oh
That
god,
is
Yeah.
gonna be
We might-
interesting.
that's going to be
I
a
feel
Godzilla
It
con.
almost gives us an insight into how Strahd works as well. So
his
If he
answers towards why we were here and stuff, that was going to kind of put Bruce on a path onto how he dealt with it, but Strahd didn't really give him good enough answers, so Bruce is going to fuck him up.
Cool.
That's his attitude.
And as you turn in for the evening, reeling on the night's events, that is where we will end.
Beautiful.
Until the morrow, when the dawn breaks and you head to Karesk.
Cheers,
Best
Paul.
bit was when he
Once
goes,
again.
when he said, "Oh, I'm not keeping you here, but I'm also." So,
Yeah.
Well, I thought there would be more of a reason as to why we were here, but he just kept blabbing on about, oh,
But
fate brought you
fate,
here. Oh,
yeah.
did it now? Did it? Well, fate's gonna get you fucking killed, mate.
Perhaps he doesn't know. Perhaps he's not in control of everything.
Well, he did allude to that as well. He was like,
yeah, the higher power.
there's something else at play, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean,
Big
he's-
baddie.
That's your first taste of the castle. It's
Taste of
fucking massive, isn't it?
yeah, it looks like there's gonna be a lot to that.
Oh man, awesome guys. Well, that was a good
Thanks a lot,
fucking
Paul.
meal. I
Cheers,
enjoyed
Paul.
Well
that.
done.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
It's the players that make it fun.
Yeah.
Right.
I fucking love Piddlewick, by the way.
Yeah, it's cool as fuck, isn't it?
Right.
We've
When he
picked up
went
loads of people
upstairs-
on the way. We should have
Hmm.
grabbed where did we leave the suit of armor? Was that in?
We left Jeff and Falaki.
Like, we should have
Oh,
grabbed him.
no.
Told him
Deliberately
to.
walked
We should have told him as we went past. We should have told him to run out.
You could have told him the command word actually.
Yeah.
See if
Yeah.
we go past on the way back.
Yeah. If we go past that way, that'd be funny. And where's your dog?
Oh, the dog's at the winery.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Fun.
Legends.
I like companions.
Right, boys.
Right.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah.
fellas.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks
Nice.
once again.